Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this third session of our little stream on our channel, Danes and Dragons. As you might have noticed, we are a player short than what we're used to. Unfortunately, that player had to drop out because of scheduling. So I am now stuck with these 4 people. Which I'm used to be perfectly honest. But I suppose we should just jump right into it, unless you guys have something you really want to tell the viewers.
I'm okay.
No, except I hope that you enjoy the show.
So, then let's jump right into it. So last we left off, our group of people trudging through the sewers of Borealis, through the dark, with only a single torch to keep light. They managed to find their way through the sewers, found the exit, got attacked by shadows in that very exit. After the battle, took a very, very short breather as a rusty metallic golem of sorts started giving chase after them. They jumped after the sewers into the ocean, where they then swam to the shore, where they met a somewhat purplish Fyrbolg named Adan Bluesong. Adan helped them up of the water, took them to his little home or campsite in a small cave not far away, where he gave them food and, well, asked questions. The party took a rest, and Adan essentially, essentially wanted to give them a ride forward. And we left off as you were stepping into his wagon. In the back of it, the closed-off wagon. And you saw before you this relatively simple, put-together wagon. Essentially, the only real thing that was in there was a sofa/couch, depending on where you're from, a table, a bookcase with several both small and massive scrolls lying on top of it. Another table would look like a work table of some sort with a piece of paper rolled out on it, relatively big. And a large chest at the end of the wagon. Your friend Ariel has essentially put herself up front together with Adan. What do you guys do now that you get into the wagon?
So we have not started moving.
You have not started moving yet, no.
For now, sit down.
Just sit down on the couch.
Yeah, just find a seat.
Okay.
Victor looks for the most comfortable seat of them all.
I've already taken that.
That is very likely that is very likely the couch.
Yeah, you probably take up the entire couch.
Oh no.
No, it's essentially a three people couch.
Well, I take the middle spot next to the big guy.
All right. And Epos?
Yeah, I just take the seat that's left.
There are no seats left, unfortunately.
Good. I'm gonna sit down at the floor then.
Okay.
Just sit down.
Yeah, you sit down at the floor, and as soon as you sit down, you feel the wagon start moving. You feel this kind of pull as just as it starts moving, and you all seem to essentially, I don't want to call it get tossed around, but you are essentially moving. And as you move, as you get to a place where it feels like there's an incline, Epos, you start sliding. Ever so slightly.
Oh.
You slide ever so slightly towards the back wall where the door is, and just hit the wall. Stop. You're going up.
Okay.
Very likely steeply. And after if there's nothing you want to do in this wagon, after about
No, you said there was a large piece of parchment.
there is a large piece of parchment strewn across a second table. The table is one of the tables is essentially in front of the couch and is like a coffee table, more or less. And then there's another table just on the other side of the wall, which has this large piece of parchment that has been essentially strewn out and clipped onto something. And then there is a bookcase right next to that, filled with all sorts of scrolls.
I would like to look at the parchment.
Okay.
The large piece on the table.
Okay, you go over to the large piece on the table, and it's blank. There's not really anything on it.
Interesting.
The only thing that is actually on the parchment is Adan's name, written in the bottom right corner of it.
Nothing, you say?
Nothing. It's essentially just strewn out. Like it has essentially been rolled out and just snapped onto this table, so it doesn't move or roll itself up again. But there are several rolls on of similar paper on this bookcase. Bless you. On the bookcase.
Yeah. Thanks.
May I take a parchment from the
You take
what is now called? Yeah.
Yeah, you take a parchment from the bookcase.
Yes.
Okay. You take a quick look at the parchment. You find one that is like relatively small and think I can fit with that. You pull it out. Do you open it? Like roll it out essentially. It's not sealed or anything. It's just rolled up.
Yes.
Okay, you roll it out and you see a map. It's a map of mostly ocean, with I think it's 3 islands in the middle of this map. Up around its top left is essentially an arrow that says Ashon. And there's a small area around the middle and lower left end of it that essentially says Hlathini Jungle.
Huh?
Hlanthi. Hlathini.
Ah.
I think that's.
Can you maybe write that in the chat?
I will write that in the chat for you.
Yes, please. And that was in the middle of the map.
Yeah. I think I spelled it wrong when I told you.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to say that.
That's fair. And at the top, at the bottom right, there is the name Adan Bluesong written on it, and over that, in like bold letters, there is the name Honu Islands.
Wait, over that?
Over his name, there is essentially in bold, large letters, the name Honu Island.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh no. Island.
That sounds Hawaiian.
Yes.
Oh, does it?
Which is American, so.
Ew.
Eh? No. I will put it back.
You put it back after having looked. Do you show any of the other people in the wagon what it is, or do you just look at it, roll it back up, and put it back?
Well, if they wanted to look at it, they could have looked at it while I was looking at it.
Okay, you put it back.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, big guy. Do you even know what you're looking at?
Well, it's a map.
Oh, so no text.
There is text of different locations. Do you know where Ashon is?
Yes. Anyways,
You
Where,
don't know we are in Ashon, right?
are we there yet?
There's not really any answers.
Is there like a
No.
window to talk to the?
No, there are
No.
windows in the wagon. Like there are windows, but there's not like a special window up to the front. It's like two at each side. And they are
Is there
closed
like
at the moment.
glass? There's glass or something?
Yes, there's glass.
And is it like? Hey.
Yeah, you can actually just open a small lock and then open it out and stick your head out. It's probably big enough for you to stick your head out and nothing else. It's not large windows, it's small ones.
So I
Just
open it like
squeeze your face out.
I'm not gonna squeeze my face out. I just open it and be like, "Can you please tell me if you were there yet?"
As you stick your head out, you feel wind in your face. Not heavy wind, but like some kind of wind. And you look down, and you swear you are at least 80 to 90 feet above the ground. Like directly down, 90 feet. There's the ground.
I want to examine my situation here. Are we flying?
Roll a perception check.
Yes, please. And I want to panic if we fly. God, I cannot roll well right now.
So that's a 5. It looks like you're flying.
From my perspective, we're flying.
From your perspective, there's nothing beneath you. There's only
I'm
a
like-
sheer cliff down.
We're flying! I close the window and I panically grab the big guy's arm and stuff like that, like a little bit like wuss.
Mm-hmm.
Fly!
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Look!
Do you feel the rumble?
exactly, Victor. As you grab his arm, it just really, we're flying. So you can feel the rumbling of the wagon as if you're riding on a road. A rough road, but a road.
Which is weird.
You just for a second forgot that you essentially just forgot the feeling of the rumbling for a moment. You were not prepared for that.
I have been flying before, and I tell you, we are not flying right now.
Look out the window! Look at it!
Wait, you have flown?
I mean, big guy, I know you can't put your face through the little window, but try.
Oh, he can. He can get his head through. But
No,
again,
I was asking Itemus.
Eterèmont?
Eterèmont, sorry. Like, you've flown before?
Yes. Like,
How?
who hasn't?
I have not.
Yeah, I've tried it before too.
On my father's griffins, of course.
Oh,
My father never purchased one of those.
yeah, I just flew. Once or twice. It wasn't on purpose though. So,
Okay, I would put my head through the window.
Okay, you put your head through the window, and essentially you look down, and you see, again, this time maybe 100 to 110 feet below, there's ground. But beyond that,
Somewhere.
sheer cliffside. Oh, you can see. You can see it. It's barely, but you can see it. The ground below you.
I turned to Victor. Yeah, we're rather far up.
But how is the carriage flying? I do not understand.
Eterèmont is
flying.
like,
So, Victor, we're not flying.
Explain.
yes we are. It's magic.
Can you feel the rumble?
The rumble of the sky.
That could be turbulence. I've heard about this.
Yes.
I open another window.
You open the window on the other side, and it is just sheer cliffside.
Like in front
Oh,
of us.
down
it,
and up.
it is just a cliffside that goes up. There's nothing
Yeah.
in front. There's
Like-
nothing to see,
like-
just cliff.
I open it, look at it, and just like,
look at this.
No, that proves nothing. Maybe he's just flying close to the cliff. And I go closer and like look carefully so I don't get,
Of course.
look and see if I can see more ground. If you get my meaning. More
You see
pathway.
you essentially stick your head out, look down, and you see the ground.
And I'm like, oh. No mind. All is well. I am no longer panicked. Now we can continue. Why are you so scared? Come on. It's not so bad.
And after about 10 minutes of this rumbling, bumbling road up the cliffside, you stop. The entire wagon just stops. And the door to the wagon is opened, and Adan's there. Says, "I apologize for the bumbly ride. It is a bit of a rough-hewn road that we have traveled, but we are now at the top."
Apparently you rode smooth enough to make Victor here believe that we were flying.
Did I now? Well, that is interesting.
What can I say? I panicked when I saw.
We all have those moments in life where we see things we did not expect. But this is unfortunately where we will have to cross path. This is where we have to split.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the road that you will be taking is going the opposite of where me and your friend Ariel is going.
Ariel is not coming with us.
She has decided to join me on my path north. More specifically, I told her that I knew a friend that could help her find her parents that is missing. And from what she's told me of what she's been through, I think it is for the best that we get her home as fast as possible. And
Right.
you essentially see the smile in his face just dim as he's talking about it. My friend will
No
find her
worries.
parents.
No worries. We hope the best for her.
As she hopes the best for you. She did tell me about what you did, how you protected her through the sewers, all of you. Make sure she came out alive. She's very appreciative of that.
I am also very appreciative of her handing us the keys, or at least making us aware of the keys.
Of course, of course.
No, we were out of the cell before she was there.
Yeah.
It's minor.
No, she did show us the door.
I must ask, which is probably a stupid question. Have you exited the wagon yet? He's standing. He's standing at a little bit away from the door, so you can get out without issue.
My thought was after he opened and we started the little conversation, I would have walked out and now standing outside the wagon talking.
All right.
Yeah.
Standing in the door if no one else is in there.
Yeah, I stand up and dust myself off, just like, and walk.
Okay.
I follow.
Fair enough.
Silently,
Yes.
I do say nothing.
That is fair. So you all step out of the wagon, and Adan says, "Before you go, 2 things." And he steps into the wagon. And he comes out with a rolled up. He says he's spent some time going through these rolled parchment on this bookcase, like pulling them out, opening them, laying them back, as goes through a couple of them. There we are. He rolls it up and walks out, and hands one of these rolled up maps to one of you. He says just extends it and waits for one of you to take it.
I guess I'm closest because I was last out.
That's fair. So he gives it to
I'll
you.
just
Yeah.
said like, ugh, what is this?
He looks at you and says, "This should help you find your way. It is a map of Ashon, drawn by me, by the way."
I
Yes.
open it and
Yeah.
look very carefully at it.
You see the map of Ashon. I will show you at some point, just not right now. The map of Ashon. It's only of Ashon. It shows that to the north are an area called Aasimar Mountains. To the south, southwest is the jungle, and to the southeast are Honu Islands. And directly to the west is this free city-state of Malcomley, a part of the area called Free March. All of these things are on the map.
So I like, look, it's a map.
Well, yes.
So
That's nice.
is this like for us?
It is for you.
Put it into
I already have an original. Not painted by me though, but I can paint another one. I have to spend my time doing something when I'm not traveling the road, after all. Actually, there are a couple of things, not just two, apparently. Just remembered. By the way, and he turns to you, Eterèmont, as he says this. You asked about shrines for Darius.
Yes.
You will find one of those if you just walk the road south. You will see a small path going into the Whitford Forest. It is overgrown and a little hard to find, but once you find it, just follow it, and you shall come to a clearing. You will be able to find sanctuary there from all the things that is patrolling the forests. Darius protects the travelers.
Good.
Secondly, or thirdly, I should say, you spoke of where you wanted to go. If you have need of finding something, or something to do, I'm sure a friend of mine will have work for you. Plenty of work, I'm sure.
In Drustvar?
In Drustvar, he has a small shop there, where he sells...
What's this shop called?
Oh, it is called Magnificent Matthias' Magical Menagerie and Gizmos.
Oh.
You will find the man there, Matthias. He should have some work for you, and if you need help with something, I'm sure he can be of service. Just don't trust him blindly. He is a businessman. But if you essentially rest your case, I am sure he will be of some assistance to you.
Interesting.
Did we
Well-
get the name of him?
Come again?
No, I'm asking out of character because I just had to talk.
Of course. What did you say?
Did we get the name of this person?
Yes, his name is Matthias.
Yeah.
Magnificent Matthias.
Magnificent Matthias, Magical Menagerie and Gizmos was the name of his shop. When you get into the city of Drustvar, just go towards the arcane quarters of the city. Just on the very other side of the walls, you will find a small house or home shop. I have not been there for quite a few years, but he did tell me once that he had set up a shop there. Just find the smallest home there. He said it's a small shop. He likes it small, after all. At least that's what he used to tell me. Anyway, he will very likely to be able to help you if you need it.
Well then, thank you.
That is very nice to know.
Yes.
Of course. As Darius has taught those of us that follow her path, help the traveler, and the traveler will help you.
Well,
So-
I hope we can one day do that.
Well, there's always the potential of paying it forward. If you find other travelers on the road that needs aid in any sense of the way, do not hesitate to help. That is all I ask. That is all I ask of any of you.
Well then, I guess we go our separate ways, my friend.
That we do. But something tells
Will you
me...
point us in the direction?
Of course, and he essentially just points in the opposite direction of where the wagon is, like just south, down the road.
Mm.
Just walk that road. It should lead you directly to Drustvar.
Is it safe?
Well, there are no roads that are truly safe.
Good, good. We want some adventure, right? Right, guys? Right?
There are always,
Yeah, sure.
there are always enemies on the road. As far as I know, the things you can face on this road in particular are... I seem to have heard rumors of goblin tribes, gnoll hunting parties, and there is of course the Autumn's Vengeance hiding in the forests.
Wait, they are pretty dangerous, I've heard.
Oh yes. Especially to someone like you, he says as he looks at you, Victor.
Yes, not so much you guys. More like, royalty and stuff.
More like
Do I know
Romans.
about Autumn's Vengeance?
Roll a history check.
And what
Okay.
might this autumn vengeance be?
Let's wait until she rolls.
Sure.
Oh god.
You have no idea.
Natural 1.
Yes, you have no idea. Never heard of him.
Well, then it's good that you're gonna hear about them now.
So you ask
Yes.
Adan what the Autumn's Vengeance is, and he says, as far as I have understood, they are a disgruntled former group from Summer Spring Woods, the Wood Elves. And they're out for vengeance. Vengeance against what happened some 436 years ago, almost to the day, that almost a third of the Summer Spring Forest was burned to the ground by the Ashonian army. And as you know, elves live long. And sometimes it takes them a long time to forgive. But at least I've heard rumors that it is happening. Like no more than, I think it's 50 years ago, the king of Ashon was given an acorn to plant in the park in Drustvar. You could go and see it. I hear it's now a temple for Sylvanus.
Oh, I like that name.
Of course you do.
Sure do. Of course.
But, at any event, you should be on your way while the light is still in the sky.
Oh, before we separate,
Yes, of course.
how many days of travel might it be before we get to Drustvar?
If I remembered correctly, it takes about somewhere between 3 and 4 days in a wagon. So if you travel fast and light, which you do, unfortunately, and do not make too many pit stops, it should take you about 6 to 7 days.
Yes. We will need to make some pit stops for food.
Of course you would, but it will take about 6 or 7 days with several pit stops. Depending on how often you do it, it could take up to 8, maybe 9. It depends on how many stops you make. But I would suggest to get to the city quickly. Like I said, there are gnolls, goblins, and Autumn's Vengeance in the forests. And there is also the occasional giant that has moved down from the Adamant Mountains.
Ah, giants.
Ah.
Giants, you say?
As large as they are stupid.
That depends on what type of giant you meet.
But still, they're giants, so...
I suppose that you will most likely run into hill giants, and yes, they are relatively unintelligent.
I would say, my father used to say dumb as gravel.
That sounds about right. Just, I hope he did not say that about stone giants. Because trust me, they're not dumb. Actually, quite intelligent. And if you could befriend one, great storytellers.
I have my big guy, and I said, pat him on the huge arm.
Yeah, and he just smiles. If you want him to go toe to toe with the giant, you need 2 of him. At any rate, at any road, you should be on your way.
Adieu, my friend.
Good luck.
You for the
Nice
ride.
walking.
Good luck
Farewell.
for all.
So, Victor,
Mm-hmm.
so, like, you are afraid of flying,
Yes.
Afraid of flying, but not giants.
Well, we all have our fears, our
But
hidden fears.
flying is so harmless.
Well,
Unless you're flying on a dragon. Then it would
actually,
suck.
have you ever flown without the help of something?
You're talking about 4 then.
It is no joke, my friend.
I have flown before, but like I said before, it wasn't on purpose. I was trying to do something else, and then it just happened. So
So you don't quite have control of your magic, is that what you're saying?
no, I got total control over that. It was back when I
Right.
was a wee lad, as they say.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
Sounds like a good
But
story to tell on the road.
I'm totally in control of my magic now. No worries.
Well, shall we get going?
Yes.
Yes.
I assumed
Right.
you were essentially walking and talking at the moment as a dance.
Oh.
Yeah,
pulling
we are on our
away.
way.
Okay.
No, I cannot multitask.
That's
So
you start. You
Every
start
time
the,
he has to breathe, he stops up.
yeah.
Oh my god! This path is going to take more than a week. But you start walking down the
Yeah.
paths. And just for you and the viewers at home, I have decided to streamline the traveling. So, if you want to spend time essentially trying to find food, I'll need a survival check for those of you who try.
Sure.
I do it stealthily, so...
I
Yes.
still need a survival because you still need to find it first. Then we can talk about it after that.
But-
This sucks balls.
Well,
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
it's
also
not
going to
bad.
try.
It's not bad. It's an 11. Not terrible.
Oh, 16.
Oh.
Okay, it's not the worst.
Okay.
So
So,
14.
so Victor, you after at the end of the first day, when you can see the sun's just starting to hit the cliff lines, and did you notice as you walk this path southwards that there is nothing, like around you? There's no homes, there's no travelers, there's nothing on this road. The only real things you can look at is if you look to the left as you walk, you essentially just look at the ocean. And I forgot someone did that. That's interesting. That is Urak, isn't it?
Yep.
Thanks for reminding me of that, because that takes care of a lot of things.
It does.
Anyway, you essentially, as you walk, like I said, if you look to the left, you just see ocean. Just ocean. As far as the eye can see, ocean. And if you go to the cliff edge and look down, there's nothing but cliff. All the way down to the ocean. There's no beach beneath you.
And 60 to 100 feet.
Oh, closer to 200. It is a massive cliffs at this side.
How
Don't jump.
how
Don't
much
jump.
space to walk do we have?
Oh, plenty. Like
Okay, cool.
like there's probably like, I haven't really thought of that. Let's say about 300 to 400 feet to the cliff edge
Yeah.
from the road. There's plenty of
Yeah.
space. And
Yeah, it's a proper road.
yeah,
I
it's a
guess.
proper road. It's a gravel road though, but it's a proper road.
Yeah.
And this
Sadly, Victor, you won't fit.
all of a sudden he turned gigantic and now fills a 400 feet space. No.
Okay, I'll just ride him.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about you just being.
Yeah, you all of a sudden now fit 400 feet and can barely even be on the road.
You know, it's
Um,
the hair.
It's the hair, yes. It's definitely the hair. That tiny hair that you got. Anyway, to your right, about half a mile inland, is the forest. You just see this forest from this distance. It's a sea of green. You are walking on some hills at the moment, so you're a little above, you're a little elevated, if you will, on this part of the road, and you can just see an ocean of green. As you walk.
Let me just Eterèmont, you're elf, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm like, Eterèmont, that's your name, right?
Yes.
What
You can
does
call
your
me
elf
Raymond
eye
if you
see
want.
in that forest?
What?
What does your elf eye see in that forest?
My elf eyes? What are you talking about?
Do you,
know.
do you take a look, Eterèmont?
Yeah, I will, because I'm like,
Okay.
what is this guy talking about?
Do a perception check then, as you are looking across the forest.
Fuck.
You see a sea of green.
My second natural one for today.
Oh, this session's gonna be great.
Yeah.
You look across the you look across the forest, and this is just sea, green, just green. And you get confused. You look a little bit up, still green. What's going on? And you put your hand on your face, like, oh, and you remove the leaf that had gone over your eye.
Oh my god.
Like, just throw it away and look again, like, it's a forest.
I see a forest. What do you see?
Yeah, what do I see? I also.
Yeah, what do we see? So
I'm like,
If you
nobody noticed
if you
that.
want to truly just look at the forest, roll perception.
Yes!
Oh, that's pretty good actually.
Details.
Yes. So you take a look across the forest. From this distance, it's
shit.
yes, it's perfect. From this distance, it's very hard to make out any details. Again, it's half a mile, which is like 800 meters, I think it is, just about. So it's still 800 meters. You'd look in one direction. You do not see a lot of details, unfortunately.
Okay. But do I see, for example, animals close to the forest or something?
No.
Birds.
Well, there are birds flying out of the forest from time to time, and also in, but it's not that you can see anything that would make you worried or see something you were not supposed to see, if you will. You see a forest existing as it should. You can barely hear the sound from the forest. It's very weak, very hard to hear, but there is some sounds coming out of it.
Alright. So, I'm like, useless elf. Come, let's go.
And as you settle down, just near the road, I would assume, but still far enough away from the forest so you don't get mugged, if you will. Urak, you essentially just, as the others try to hunt, which goes not poorly, essentially, Victor, you come back with a handful of berries that you found. You're not entirely sure if they're poisonous or not, but you come back with a substantial amount of berries.
Yay!
You are a city boy,
Yeah, I have
After all.
no idea.
so you come back with these berries. In the meantime, Urak has essentially brought water from the nearby pond that he spotted as you walked. And also, you do not have any ranged weapons, do you, Urak? Except for your... do you even have a ranged weapon?
I don't believe I have a javelin.
So you come...
I have 5 javelins.
So you essentially come
Here.
back with 2 javelins slung over your back with 2 rabbits on them. One
I
on
mean,
each
there's
javelin.
not much rabbit left after a javelin.
Oh, there's still meat, but not like substantial amount of meat. Like an arrow would probably have been better, but Urak doesn't do in
Yeah.
bows and
that's
arrows.
Yes,
But he essentially
I
comes
forgive you.
back with 2 rabbits and a small. Essentially tells you all that there's a pond nearby that you can drink from, as none of you have any water skins
Oh, yeah,
or
that's
anything to
true.
take the water from. So
That's right.
yeah.
But I would like to see if I can determine if the berries Victor came with, if they're poisonous.
Okay. Roll a nature check.
If she
You know,
can't,
he's
I
a
can.
business friend.
Mm-hmm.
Try and eat them. Try
No,
one.
I was 7.
Oh my god.
7. You take a look at the berries. You sniff them. You eat one of them.
No, I
Tastes
don't want
fine.
to eat.
Tastes fine. Nothing wrong with them.
Can I start to nitpick if any of them are bad?
Oh, they're the exact same berries. They're taken from
Oh,
the exact same
so it's
bush.
just the same. Okay.
It's just the same berry.
What color? Red?
No, they are actually a somewhat very almost black, dark blue.
Ah,
It's essentially just
might
blueberries.
actually be good for us.
It's essentially just blueberries you found.
So,
Awesome.
so I go to them. Okay, so I must admit I have no idea how to do this. Do we put it on the campfire?
Oh no.
Do we even have a campfire yet?
No, you do not.
Now we do.
Now you do.
Oh shit, that's right.
As Epos essentially casts create bonfire.
Bonfire.
So I'm like on my way to the bonfire, like putting them there.
I will stop him.
It's like, what?
So if you do want to put it over fire, at least have a bowl to cook it in. Else you can eat it just raw.
Do you have a bowl, my friend?
No. So I guess we have to eat it raw.
Oh.
Can we eat it raw? But it's not meat.
Takes a handful.
You have also, by the way, Victor, seen Eterèmont take one and eat it raw.
So, Victor tastes and is like immediately like, what is this garbage?
Yeah, they're a bit sour than what you are used to when it comes to fruits. Your fruits are usually washed and taken care of. These ones are picked directly from the bush and eaten exactly as they were grown.
I will assume that it's blueberries out of season.
It's more specifically, you see him, you see Victor spit it
Not
out,
right.
and it does look like a bird had pooped on this one. Which is why it was so disgusting for him to eat it. He just didn't notice.
Yeah. And now the taste has been ruined for Victor. He does not
Completely.
eat blueberries anymore.
You don't do blueberries at the very least. But yeah,
No.
you essentially, I suppose, flay the rabbits and put them on some kind of sticks and just cook them.
I guess he has done that before, so he would be proficient at doing that.
Well, Urak has probably not done it with rabbits, but you never know. I will let Urak make a survival check to see how well.
For cooking?
More specifically, how well he skins them.
Not very well.
I
No,
will
unfortunately,
borrow
you essentially, instead of like cutting the skin off fine, you essentially just hold on, just done. So it's not that there are pieces of fur on the meat; it's just the fur is absolutely ruined. It is now completely and utterly useless.
Damn it! I was like, I'm standing with the remains of the fur, and like, damn it, we could have sold this.
You could.
And I'm just
you,
like,
you
I
may
got
you
food.
may still be able to buy to sell some of the pieces for like, I suppose repair leather or something like that. You never know.
Anyways, I shake the blood and all that stuff off, and then put it in. Wait, I don't have a bag.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
The only thing you
None of
got
us
is a
have.
bedroll. That's it.
Well, I just put it in my pocket,
Okay, you put it in your pocket. So you may add 2 disintegrated rabbit furs.
Can I just say rabbit fur scraps or something like that?
You can also say that. It's just you need to be specific about it is from 2 entire rabbits. But it is
Scraps.
bits and pieces of it.
It has
Do they
been
have a
destroyed.
It has been absolutely destroyed.
Do
It's,
they have a weight?
I will say I'll return. I'll get back to you on that one. I do not know how much a rabbit weighs in pounds usually, so I need to take a look at that. But I will give you a weight later.
Because I have a carrying capacity, and
You
I
do.
need to be
But
careful.
I am pretty sure you will not go over it with these 2 pelts. Just saying. Anyway.
Ah,
So
yes, and you don't have to worry. I am here.
Yes, Urak is there. He can carry quite a lot. He is, after all, of a powerful build. Anyway, you sit down, eat, sleep. I assume
Oh.
you put watches.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Also,
So-
the bones. No, they're too small. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think
I
you
would
use
eat them.
them. Urak
You
eats
will
the
eat
bones.
them?
Urak eats the bones.
I will look with awe and joy, like, oh, it's like a crazy, the scary story.
Puppy.
He says he just starts biting into these bones and almost swallowing them whole, like just.
Cool.
Somehow doesn't get them stuck in his throat at all. They just go down without problems. But you sleep, and again, I assume you put up watches
Yeah.
as you sleep.
Yeah, I'll take the first watch.
Yeah, I'll take the last one.
So essentially, you sleep, you wake up, nothing really happens. You pack up your camp and move on.
Whoa, that was easy.
like I said, I wanted to streamline travel. Anyway, you
Yes.
at the third day of your travels, about the last bits of light is strewing across the landscape. You see what looks like a small path into the forest seems to have been made. There are wheel marks in the ground into the forest. There's
It's very easy to see, or
It is very, very easy to see. There is also many sets of footprints.
Oh, I believe we will find the shrine of Darius if we go this way. It could give us protection during the night.
As you say that, Eterèmont, you all look at the end of the path, and you do see no more than maybe 60 feet into the forest is a large clearing, and in it you see about 17 people walking around. 2 of them actually approaching you. There are also 2 wagons in the place, and about 4 horses just tied against a tree not far away. And these people seem to be setting up some kind of camp, putting up tents at the very least.
okay.
And you notice something very peculiar about all of them. They are very furred. They're also tabaxis.
Oh,
Every
Like-
single one of them.
they're all cats.
They're all cats. All of them. Including the 2 that are approaching you.
Oh, have they seen us?
They seem to be approaching you directly, so I would say yes.
They look straight at us. Have they seen us?
Duck in
Yeah,
behind a tree and
maybe.
be like, I'm not here.
Roll stealth
Yes.
as you
Oh,
hide
no.
behind the tree.
Oh man,
Okay, 11.
that's a +7, guys. That's a
Yes,
+7.
that is a +7. But
Wow.
yeah, you go behind a tree, and unfortunately there's a bit of a wind, so you can almost see your long jacket just billowing behind you, like on the other side of the tree. Yeah, it's not obvious that you are there, but if you look, you see you. You can be seen.
But from my point of view, I am completely gone.
As far as you notice, yes. Okay.
As far as I notice, I don't see him.
Yes, as far as you know, he's not there. He's gone. You can't see him. Anyway, first and foremost, you see one of them approaching you. He has this yellow fur, a long tail behind him, ending in a puff, like a bit of fur since he extends out of it. His clothes are some of the brightest and most colorful you have seen in all your lives.
Oh dear.
He has this like almost tabard thing over his chest that is like bright purple. The lines are orange. He has a cloth belt that is completely and utterly bright yellow. He has fur on his shoulders that is like been colored red. Jeweled rings on every single one of his fingers. Red pants and a billowing purple pinkish cloak. He also has a turban on with a kind of like, it looks a little bit like an arrow pointing downwards in solid gold. And chains hanging from the side of the turban in what looks like a very bright silver. And you think to yourself, it's very likely platinum. He also has
This guy's rich.
very likely. He also has a red leather-bound book at his side, and what looks like 2 pieces of wood, one in a dark red and one in a like normal wood color, sticking up from the back behind him. On his these fur, there's also these 2 the thing that holds these things together in solid gold. The other one next to him, compared to the first one, who is like a little large around the waist, This guy is tall, a lot slimmer, and very muscular. He's almost as tall as Urak actually is. He wears bright yellow pants, and that's about it.
Okay, so nothing on the upper body.
There's almost nothing on the upper body. There is like some leather, some leather strings, or it almost looks like belts that essentially has been pulled around the top of his chest and around the upper part of the stomach. And in the middle there is a bright, almost polished copper plate, like a round plate that essentially just sticks around here. If you can see.
Chest.
Yeah, on his chest. There's this like massive bronze copper plate that is just stuck in his chest. On his side is these two, they're called katars, which is these like hand blades. Like it's essentially a handle and a blade sticking out from them. There are two of those in his belt. And he is a more blackish color with like some brown muscle and chest. And he looks at all of you as if he's judging you.
He's judging me?
He's judging every single one of you.
Are you judging Victor?
Apparently he is. But the the one, the bright yellow one, essentially walks towards you, and essentially extends his arms in like a sweeping motion. Says, "Ah, friends in the road, I assume. Greetings. My name is Ali El Safar. I am from the beautiful city of Al Hazali. We are on a long."
On that note,
yeah.
I jump out and like, haha!
Ah! You see him draw one of these things on his back, and you see it is essentially like a long wooden rod ending in a giant bright purple crystal, and he just. Ah!
I'm like, do not fear, my friend.
Oh.
We are humble travelers that are coming to meet you specifically.
I want
We
you to,
are what?
I want you to roll deception
Go with
check. I want you to roll deception check.
Deception?
Deception. He's essentially just extending this rod towards you, like. Okay. He
Oh my.
yeah, that's a 10. He's essentially
Where
just,
they
while
go.
extending this rod, like. Ha! Please don't do that again.
Well, I had to make it dramatic.
You also see the other one has already like grabbed his katars. He hasn't drawn them, but he has his hands on them.
I walk, slowly towards them while I
yeah.
talk, and I'm like,
And just
put
one
this
last
away,
thing.
it's okay.
Just a second. One last thing about the big guy. He has a massive, like, it looks like a bandaged eye patch kind of thing over his right eye.
Oh.
It's like filling this much of his face almost.
Right.
And he's still holding the katana. As you walk closer, he starts to pick them off his belt and hangs them loosely at his side, like still holding them.
Relax, my friends. Relax. Everything is okay. We are here. You can now relax. Everything is as you have hoped for it to be. Let me introduce myself. I am Victor. These are my companions.
Just a second.
What?
Do you continue to walk towards them?
Yeah, slowly,
Okay.
like a step at a time.
Yeah. As you get within like 10 feet, you hear the big one essentially just growling at you.
And I'm like, ugh. And I'm like walking a little bit in a circle around him,
He
but
does
still like
he does
confident.
not, he does not take his eyes off you at any second. He follows you the
And
entire
I
time.
confidently continue to talk, and I smooth talk some more, and then eventually, when I'm close enough, I extend my arm, like the standard greeting hand.
Yeah, a handshake essentially.
Yes.
And Ali has put his rod away. It just looks at your hand. It's like, you do know how to make an interesting and very dramatic appearance, I will admit. But please, do not do that around here. We are strangers in this land, but I will take your hand. And he just grabs hold of your hand and like shakes it. And he's not. It's not that he is super strong, but he still has some strength in him that surprises you, considering he is not very tall. Like he's like 5'6" or something like that. Like he's not
He's
tall.
just very enthusiastic.
Yeah, he's very enthusiastic, yes. But he also has some strength in him that you were not prepared for. And
I'm like, ooh, that's a powerful grip, my friend. How are you so well built?
Oh, you know, alive in Al-Hazala sometimes brings hard work towards you. We all start from somewhere, do we not? And he
Yes,
looks.
indeed.
Yeah, he looks to his to the companion, and he says something in a language that you do not understand.
No.
And the guy just lowers his arms a little bit. You do notice at this moment he's actually raised them a little bit, as if he essentially he's actually telling you with his eyes, one wrong move and this hits your throat.
Kitty wants to pounce.
Kitty wants to pounce. Kitty wants to pounce hard.
I'm not even looking at that guy.
Mhm.
I'm like tunnel visioning
Yeah,
the Sultan or whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Ali.
Yeah.
And-
Actually, he doesn't exist to Victor, and he makes it very clear to with body language that there is only these two people now. The others don't exist around. And I'm
Oh
like,
no.
Yeah.
come, my friend, show me to my tent.
And Ali also he essentially turns to you again, Victor, and to the rest of you, and says, "Do not mind Greyclaw. He's a great guard, but terrible with people." And Greyclaw just looks at all of you. And he turns around and starts walking away. And Ali essentially looks at all of you and says, "You look hungry. Come. We have an abundance of food. We did prepare for a very long journey, but we did not anticipate it to go this smoothly. We had somewhat anticipated some holdouts, but Ashion is a land that is very welcoming, which surprises us very well, very much. Well, come. We do have some extra food available if you are interested."
No berries, please. No berries. They do not agree with my stomach.
Oh, trust me, these are food from Al-Hazala, and there is little fruit. There's little fruit in that, little berries. There is though lot of taste.
Very nice, my friend.
And he,
Show me to the accommodations. I have much to
he,
talk about.
He does turn and like puts a hand on the back of on your bag as like as a friendly, "Come with me. I will show you some things."
And I like wave like this, to the others. Come.
Yeah, just follow. What do the rest of you do? And what have you done during this entire conversation?
Just
I
stand
think.
like awestruck at what just happened.
Sarah?
Yeah. Like, oh my
What?
god. After we have been invited, I'm going to what do you call it? Slowly run up to Greyclaw, and I'm like,
You're power walking.
Yeah, you're
What?
essentially power walking. Like you're not running, but you're walking, and you're walking fast. Power walking.
You are walking with purpose.
Yes.
Mm,
I can't hear
She
you.
froze.
Yeah, I can't hear you at the moment.
actually, you're frozen.
Indeed, she is.
Yes.
Are you cold over there? I'm so funny. So,
Help me, brother. I am chilled here.
whoa!
Oh,
All of you just
here.
went robot.
And you just froze. Now we can hear you clearly. What did you say? You said you power
Okay.
walked up to Greatclaw, and then what?
To Greyclaw. I look at him, and I say in a low voice to him,
Mhm.
"Be happy, you only can have one eye on him. All of us others, we need both."
And you hear in a somewhat low, growling voice as he tells you, "I'll keep an eye on all of you." As he continues to walk. Doesn't even look at you, just walks. Urak, would you please make me a history check?
Sure. Oh, yes. 0.
Never mind. We
Ow.
continue. But Urak, you do look at this big tabaxi and the copper plate in his chest, on his chest, and you think to yourself, I have seen that marking somewhere before. Probably nothing. and you walk down to the rest of the camp. There are several tents put up, and Ali essentially while he's walking with you, Victor, essentially says, "You ask for accommodations, and I ask for a couple of more guards. I assume that you are capable of using those," and he points towards your daggers.
Well, of course, I wouldn't walk around with a pointy stick if I didn't know how to use it, you know?
Oh, you
But
would be
what do you mean with extra guards?
You never know what is in these forests. We have heard rumors as we departed Drustvar that there are certain things in these forests, and I do have many guards, but unfortunately they do have to sleep as well. Unfortunately.
Yes.
So if you would be so kind as to just keep an eye on the camp at night, I would be most appreciative. And perhaps, and he leans in a little closer to you, perhaps a little payment could be in order if you do a fine job of that. Yes?
You are speaking my language, monsieur. Now,
I knew I would.
I have a counteroffer.
Oh?
We offer our services for 1 day to kill anyone in the area. On top of the other thing.
We do.
What?
Can I hear what he's saying?
They are relatively far away from you, and I assume he is like slightly whispering to Ali.
That doesn't sound like Victor.
No, I don't whisper.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then. Yes, Epos, you can clearly hear what he's saying.
Okay. Continue.
And Ali just turns to you, Victor, and just says, "Could you elaborate on that?"
Well,
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
don't mind them. They're with me 100%.
No.
Mm-mm.
It
See?
doesn't sound,
I told you, right?
It doesn't sound like they're with you 100%. Perhaps 50, 60. I don't know.
Maybe
95,
like
it's okay. It's close enough.
3%. 3%.
That's not a lot. Anyway, continue, Victor.
Yeah. So the thing is, we recently got ambushed and lost all our things, which means that we are in very much need of some,
Supplies.
chingala, you know.
I guess.
So
not.
therefore, we need
maybe.
to have some work until we get to the towns where we can restock up on everything. So 1 day you can have our services, and you can choose anyone, almost within reason. No dragons, for example.
Are you suggesting that you want to be my personal hunting dogs? Is that what you're suggesting?
If that is what you need.
He starts rubbing his chin. Essentially, essentially just looks at you and says, "You and I are going to have a very interesting conversation later.
I
And
cannot
we will.
wait, actually.
And we will talk price, of course." And he continues to walk with you. And he essentially, with a much higher voice, again, the rest of you can't hear what Ali is saying. But you can hear what Victor is saying because he's not subtle about it.
I just need to hear what was said because I had some disconnection.
Essentially, Victor has just sold you to this tabaxi.
Well, as mercenaries. As mercenaries.
Yeah, for a day, but who knows what this guy can figure out. Anyway, he takes you down to the campsite, and most of the people there, actually all of them, except for Ali, looks a lot like Greatclaw. They're not as big as he is. They use the same weapons though. These katars. They also do not have the plates of copper in their chests. They instead have a theirs are instead of like a more pure iron, like normal iron.
Interesting.
And they all look a lot like him, scarred, relatively massive for tabaxis, which you, Urak, would know, as many tabaxi tribes exist in Free March. But they seem to be working. They seem to be putting up tents, all of them. There's essentially being put several tents up at the moment. So all of you have a place to sleep, essentially. And he essentially takes you down to the camp, and Victor, he essentially Ali essentially turns to you and says, "Come with me, friend. I do want to hear so much more about your travels so far."
Oh, there is so many to talk about, so you have to be specific.
Oh, we will talk once we are out of when we are all out of prying eyes and ears. And he takes you towards one of the wagons. They are a little bit like a dance, closed off. Essentially with walls and roof.
So no door.
There is a door.
Okay.
Like a lot like a dance, just a lot more colorful.
Oh yes, of course. So we talk, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him the story of when I met the beautiful lady in the town of close to Ashen. There's like a town. Don't remember it right now. Doesn't matter. Oh, you want me to tell? Okay, sure. So, my friend, I will tell you about the sweet maiden I met in, I'll just say a name, Havensville. She was a fair young lady. Oh, so sweet. Only yay high, very, very cute. Her sister was walking in the forest, and I just continue. There's a long story here. I don't want to go into the details here.
I just want to be 100% clear. What story are you telling?
I'm telling a story of, one of those funny stories about how I conquered a young maiden.
Mm-hmm. So it is 100% made up.
Yeah.
Cool. I just needed to be sure. Then I want you to either make a deception or performance check.
It's a performance check because I absolutely believe it to be true.
Oh my god!
You do tell a good story to him. You embellish it quite a lot, even if it is it's 100% fabricated. But you embellish it even further because you feel like you have him hooked at the moment, and you do see him nod a lot, and like sometimes he sits like, "Oh really? How fascinating." And as you continue the story, it says, "Sounds as if you have been through quite a few things, my friend. So tell me, what did you exactly have in mind about you and your friends working for me?"
Well, I was thinking something in the lines of a bounty on someone's head, and you need someone taken care of in the area. We're your people. We can do this. We're very, very professional.
To be honest, I do not at the moment have need of people to take care of people for me. At least, not anywhere near where we are right now. Let us just say that Al-Hazala is quite a long way away. More specifically, I think we have been on the road now for several months. Well, we have been on the road ever since we landed in Malcomley. There we travel by foot. This land is very primitive. They do not have airships. I find it
airships? Why would you go into the air? That's blasphemy.
Because it is faster and a lot more safer in Freematch. When you travel through the deserts, you happen to come upon the three Kreen and Scorpion men and other creatures that live in the deserts.
Has Victor been in those lands?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Nope.
And those creatures?
Never heard of them.
Can you tell me more about these creatures? They sound disgusting.
He looks a little bit around, looks down, and you see him put a finger down towards the ground, and an ant crawls upon his finger. He says, "The three Kreen looks a little bit like this, only orange and human-sized." And he just, as the ant crawls across his finger, he twists. He essentially puts his finger in and makes a knuckle and just makes a fist and squishes the ant as he continues to talk. They are a massive problem to all of the free cities of Freematch.
Yes.
And
I would not like to meet one of those. They sound disgusting.
they are not necessarily disgusting, as you say. They are still living creatures. They are thinking, as they do craft and make weapons and homes. Do have a place out in the desert somewhere, but no one has been able to find it. We either assume it is below ground or within one of the many, many mountainous areas in the middle of the desert. That the Kreen is not as hit by the desert's sun as the rest of us are, unfortunately. That the Kreen is a massive problem to all of us.
Can you craft weapons and shields and armor out of their shells?
No, they do not really have shells, per se.
It's not like the little thing, it's different, right?
It is different, but they're still very much like a typical ant, as you call them.
See.
But the deserts of Free March is not a place you want to be. If it is not the Kreen, it is the Sand Orcs you have to worry about. Like clans raid across the lands. And if not that, then it is the Centaurs. Especially
I do like the Centaurs.
Especially the Scorcher tribe. Those you do not wish to fight. As that is all that they really do.
My father once told me a story about the Centaur.
Did
It
he
was
know?
a very noble story. Something about a big, powerful warrior who came to Ashon. He became legendary in one of the big cities here. Have you heard of him?
Very unlikely, as I have only just recently arrived in these lands. But you do know a lot of legends from this land, taking into consideration that your accent makes you a stranger to these lands, just as much as me.
I have some ancestry here in this land, and I am actually looking for where they have disappeared to.
Oh, have you now? Well, that is very interesting. I wish I could help you, my friend, but as I said, I have only recently arrived. We are on our way north, further north. But to be specific, we are on our way to Iron Ridge. We have heard rumors that there are great iron in that land.
Iron? Interesting.
Iron mines, to be more specifically. And my great master... And you see him start thinking for a second. Which is because I need to find the name in my notes.
Fair enough.
This may take a while. He says, my master, Ben Bar Kak Amen, is very interested in this iron.
So you are on your mission is basically to go and take it or purchase.
My master is most interested in trade. He is not really a man of violence.
Yes.
So what he is essentially has sent me for is to establish a connection with the city. Whatever iron they have, as far as he has told me, whatever iron they have laying around that they don't really use, the city of Alhazala would be very interested in buying. And if things go greatly, we could perhaps create a airship tower in the city of Iron Ridge to create a more direct trade route between our two lands.
I hear you say this, and ideas pop into my mind.
How does it now?
Maybe we could help you make contact with the locals.
Oh, I highly doubt it. To be perfectly honest, we have already sent messages to the place that they have already agreed to have a talk. I'm already
Think
on
your
my way.
messengers are back in one piece?
Oh yeah. Well, back in One Piece is saying a lot. They were birds being sent between our two lands.
Ah, of course, the easy communication, yes.
Oh yes, there's no reason to take the long way, especially not when you have different other ways to send the messages over long distances. Regardless.
So,
you are interested.
do we have a deal about the thing?
I have no need for you to help me create contact. But I may have use for you one day, if you ever find yourself in Al-Hasala at the very least. And perhaps even then, I can have coin prepared for you. I am sure my master has need of you for some job or another. I can't say for certain right now what that job would entail, but I will say he will very likely have need of people like you.
That sounds like a deal, my friend.
Very well.
So this guard business, can you tell me more about this?
Oh, it's very simple. Just have a look at our camp during the night. Have someone stay up part of the night and have a look around. Just have a guard ready to protect you, specifically. My men are already putting up a tent for you and your friends to rest in. I would not have people say that Ali and Sabah is... What's that the name I gave him? Ali El Safar is not a generous host. You must understand.
Indeed, very generous, my friend.
Thank you.
We accept your offer. Well, I accept your offer. I will ask the others if they are willing to help.
I would assume that they would. You know what they say. Strength in numbers and all that.
Exactly.
Good. At any rate. And you see him stop for a second and he... It smells as if food is ready. Let us join the rest. Some good food. All the way from our lands. It is not, of course, up to the great standards of Al-Hazala directly, but I suppose it will have to make do, yes. Come.
It will be suffice.
And he starts getting up and leads you out. In the meantime, what has the rest of you been doing during this
Listening.
conversation? How have you been listening? The door to the wagon has been closed, and they have been inside a wagon the entire time.
See, that detail I missed.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
The only reason I have not said anything about it now.
So
he took him away from prying eyes, which was into the wagon. I apologize if I didn't make that clear.
No. It was me. So, I say to the others like, what did he just get us into?
I have no idea, and I'm not going to follow something that I don't know anything about.
No, he can do it himself.
Yeah.
Agreed.
There is no reason at all for us to be here right now, other than there were people here. Hello. But
and also strength in numbers.
Yeah, but also the higher number, the higher the chance of meeting something dangerous is.
But we are at a goddess shrine, so...
Are we? Are you sure?
Yes. Adan told me this. So if we just make an offering, a small offering for the god, then
okay, I would
he
like
will
to.
protect us tonight.
I would like to look and see if I can see the shrine, because I think it's just like a clearing.
Make a perception check. You should look around.
Well, I have 3 blueberries left. So...
Oh, do I see anything?
21. You take a look around as you stand here near the area where they're starting to set up the campfire, and take a look around, and this looks like a forest clearing.
Like I said, there is nothing here. This ain't no shrine.
You do look around and you see these tabaxis running back and forth. You look at them and you see all of them looks essentially like warriors.
Yeah.
All of them. But they are used for menial labor, like picking up things, making food, setting up tents.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Wait, so this wasn't
this
the place
isn't...
that Adan told about?
No.
You're not
I
sure.
thought it was.
Yeah, you're not sure. Like, it is just a clearing in the forest, as far as Epos tells you.
There is no sign of a shrine. So.
Okay. I thought you talked about that when we went into. Okay.
I didn't mention any shrine. I
No.
just said there was a clearing.
Oh, okay. Then retcon all of that.
Fair enough.
I thought it was I was the shrine you.
He also did say to you, in case you had forgotten from last session, that it was about a day or two away from Drustvar.
Yeah, so
it was close. It was close to your destination.
But we're also halfway now.
You are You are at the third day, so yes, you are about halfway, give or take.
But it's not the shrine, so.
Okay.
Close, but not quite.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, do we agree that that Victor has to do whatever he says we can do for himself? Just for fun. Just let him, just let it simmer for a sec and let it sink in for him, like, oh fuck, I'm going to do it alone. And then we help him. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Definitely, maybe.
Depends on what we have to do.
So, I'm just gonna make a bit of a small change. Here we go. Looked a little small to me. Anyway, so Victor, you come out from the wagon again, and Ali is right behind you and is leading you towards the center of the area where there's a fire.
Oh, am I going past the others or in the area?
Yeah, they are in the area. They are essentially standing together, a little out. I would say at the edge of this area.
So I'm like, "Hi guys, can we talk? Do you have time?"
Well, do you? Sure. It looks like you got a new friend.
We have a new friend, my friends. You will not believe what I just.
So we are a part of your plan now, or what? So now you are including us in your plan, my friend.
Listen, my friend. This is how it will be. I will be our voice. You will be our muscle. Do you like this?
Have you seen my arms? There is
no.
Have you
no
seen
muscle.
the big guy's arms? Yes, he's muscle. Come on.
So
What I'm saying is, you and I have the privilege of earning some money tonight.
Okay.
Something we are in dire need of when we go to the city. Eh?
Yes.
And all he wants us to do is stand guard all night.
But what about
He told
food?
us that already.
What about
Yes, he will
food
pay
and
us.
drinks and beds and?
Oh yes, there's food now. We're going there now. You can come with us. And there's tents put up for us. So Victor has provided. Just follow. And I start walking with the Sultan.
Ali.
Ali.
Yes.
I should write this down.
Ali. Yeah, Ali has already walked towards the place and has already set himself down on essentially just a stub. Actually, not. No, wait. No, someone has actually put up a relatively nice chair comparatively to the fact that he is in the middle of a forest for him to sit in. There's no table for him.
Oh yeah, is he royalty? Can I see it in the way? You know, like, is he just a wealthy merchant or is he actually a nobleman?
He is not nobility. He you see him. He carries himself as if he is, but you do see signs of commonty or whatever you want to call it. He does seem common. He seems to come from common lineage, but he acts as if he's noble.
Okay.
As if he's of very high standing.
Yeah.
But essentially, you get some food. If you take the food that they, of course, offer to you.
What is it?
It's a stew. It looks a lot better than what Adan had made though, and it smells heavenly compared to what Adan made. And Adan made something that was okay. This which they have made is heaven compared to it.
Well, Victor definitely eats. Constitution.
I let the meat. Let it be like 5 minutes. It's still looking good.
It still looks good.
Okay, I'll start eat.
Epos?
Yeah, I began eating as soon as it hit the table.
There are no tables though. It is essentially
as soon as I got it, I was like.
Yeah, you just start eating it.
Because I didn't eat any berries.
No.
So
it's heavenly, and Epos, you do get a small, just a tiny hint of homesickness from this food. Some of these spices that are in this food taste a little bit of home. Just a little. Get a hint of it.
Okay.
Sir, can I have some more?
Yeah.
You walk up and get some more. You all get your fill. By the way, Eterèmont, you also take the food, yes?
Yes.
Okay. It is heavenly. It's actually very good.
I also want, while we are eating, I also want to notice how the tabaxis are among each other. Are they all like as stiff as Greyclaw, or are they chatting amongst each other?
They, as they sit down and start eating, they chat very loudly, almost yelling to each other. And you 100% notice very quickly, from just taking a very quick look around, they are talking about their scars. They're essentially showing off their scars, talking about how they got it, and there's also, it's not just male tabaxis around, there's also female ones. And they also just show off scars and talk about the battles against something that is called three creens, and different types of other creatures that they speak of that you have never heard of. Which surprises you, because again, where you come from is the essentially the epicenter of all knowledge of the world, after all. So how could you not know? But there are.
Yes. What is this porcupine?
Yes, it's very weird, all of it. No, but you essentially take a look around. They seem very jovial. Even Greatclaw seems jovial amongst these ones.
Yeah.
You do from time to time feel something essentially staring you down, and when you look, it is Greatclaw staring at you, Eterèmont. Specifically, he for some reason he has focused you out.
Oh no!
And
I should not have spoken to him.
In the beginning, it does feel as if he's essentially just looking like I'm watching you, but over time it becomes a less of a I don't like you to a okay, you're not as bad as I thought. As he notices you have not tried to kill anyone yet, so apparently you are good enough.
Yay!
Yet.
But he seems jovial. Not like super mirthful, like he's boasting and singing with the others, but like he's listening to their tales and reminding them of how they got their scars that they've forgotten. He 100% seems like he is definitely the leader amongst these tabaxi.
Yeah.
But you get your food, you get your grub, and you are essentially told which of the, I think it's 5 tents that's been put up, which one's yours. And it is actually the one closest to the wagons, on the southern side of the camp. Greatclaw essentially is the one that guides you to this place, and he just says, I'll expect one of you to walk guard to the rest of my men.
Don't worry, my friend. I have a deal with your friend.
He told me so. So I expect one of you to stand guard to the rest of my men. You can rotate if you want.
Yes.
It's up to you.
Let me ask you a question. If, let's say, I see a bandit, what then? Do you want me to wake you up, or do you require us to kill them? ourselves.
If a bandit is seen at the edge of the camp, do not engage unless he steps towards it. Then engage with lethal force.
Roger that. We can do that.
Roger, Roger.
Good.
Yeah.
Can I count on your support if there's a battle?
He turns around and walks away.
Oh, he loves me already.
While you actually see him nodding, he was actually nodding as he was turning and started walking away.
I have many friends in this world.
Maybe.
And now I sleep.
And then you go to sleep.
I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I walk around
Is
like,
is it still possible to do something before we go to bed?
If there's something you want to do, just remember you can essentially take your 4 hours and then you're good.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, is there something you want to do?
Yes. After we have eaten, I would like to try and tell a story about an elven huntress who about her battles and how she tried to what do you call it? Become the wife of one of the hunting gods and something like that. You know, a story about battles and
battles and elven divinity
huntings and yeah.
Sure, you tell the story, but who do you tell it to specifically?
The cats around me, I guess.
Okay,
and
so
anyone else who wants to listen.
So you start telling the story to the tabaxis, and I want you to make a performance check as you tell the story.
Yes.
I would be listening in on it.
Yeah.
10.
It's not because you tell the story badly. It's just you do not tell it with a great enthusiasm.
Okay.
Even if that was what you were going for, I would assume. But
yeah,
you do tell a fine story, and they do listen, and they nod to you, and you do have one that essentially at the end of your story is like small clapping towards the.
Got one fan.
You got one fan out of the 10 that was listening.
Let's start.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you all go to bed.
Yes.
Go to sleep. Epos, you start the first watch.
Yes.
Okay. Who takes the next one?
I can do that.
Okay. Then who?
I guess I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to take the one closest to dawn.
Fair enough. So you each take a couple of hours. That is fair. And I think this is a good time to take a break. As I know a couple of you has been asking for it. So, we'll be right back after this hopefully short break. We'll see you in a bit. and welcome back. So,
Well, thank you.
you're very welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, so very, very welcome. Anyway, so you have decided your guard schedule. Would the first one of you be so kind as to roll a perception check for me? And tell me how they keep guard.
It's you, Remy.
Yes.
Oh, I have to tell you how they keep guard.
How
or
you
what?
keep guard? If you just sit down in front of your tent, or if you walk around, or whatever.
Yeah,
you do.
I walk around and
You take a look around.
look around and say, "Hey," eller meow to cats along the way, and
Meow.
Fair enough. Every time you say meow, one of them she gets extremely offended.
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing that. I'm
I
just
know.
saying hello.
Yes.
I was about to say, just like, wait. They're not gonna take kindly to that, are they?
Very likely not. But yeah. Then give me your perception check, Epos, and we'll see how much you see. A 13. How interesting.
I see.
Yes. You
Lot of things.
take a look around, and you may at some point stop and just have a short conversation with one of these tabaxi warriors, who seems to be in a good spirit. He gives you a short. He essentially just tells you that this is easy money to guard this guy.
Oh,
There's been no issues at any point during the entire travels.
yeah. Okay, I asked him, who is it? Who is he? What is he?
Oh, Ali?
Why is he?
Yes.
Oh, he's
Why?
he is the,
Where is he?
Oh, he is the right hand man of again the name escapes me. Benbar Kakamen. He is the one of the 3 princes of Valhalla, a man of common lines to him.
Descent?
Common descent. Thank you very much. He is of common descent. He is a craftsman, as far as I've understood it. Keeps mostly to his forges. But he's a man of vision, as far as I've heard. And also one of the wealthiest men in the entire city of Valhalla.
Okay. That's awesome. So, and I walk.
Yeah, you continue to
walk
walk,
away.
and nothing happens along the road. Along the
Awesome.
along your guard.
Yeah, I go back to the tent and
Yes.
kick the next person,
Yes.
Victor.
That would
That way I
be
can say, "It's your turn." And then I jump in my bed.
Yes, you jump into the bedroll.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Head first.
Yes, head first into the bedroll, like just almost like a snake into a hole, like,
Yeah.
and all you can see is essentially Epos's feet.
Snake into a hole, man. Anyways. So yeah, I will these wagons, you can go on top of them. It's not soft roofs.
Oh
and
no,
stuff.
no. It is wooden roofs.
How
They've been
big
built
would
to
you
last.
say the camp is? This is like, can you see the entire camp from the top of the roof?
I will tell you, because I would say yes. Yes, you can.
So I go up on the top and I look around from up there, as much as I can see.
Okay. Roll a perception check. Okay, an 18. You look around, and you don't see anything except for the forest. It's dark. It's very dark. But do you look around? There's not really anything that you see. You just the only real thing, the only real kind of movement you see during your entire guard duty is the other tabaxis walking around. You of course see them also do as you do, which is change guards, so they also get some sleep.
Interesting. So I just go down, and after a while, I don't sit up on top there and just be bored all day. So I go around, look, and then I go to wake up. I guess what's he called? Big guy.
That'll be Urak.
Urak.
You wake up, getting woken by Victor.
Hello, big guy. Your turn.
Mm.
You start getting up. I suppose also putting on your armor.
Yes, I would.
I would only assume that none of you are sleeping in your armor.
Oh no.
Because that is very uncomfortable and would very likely not give you a very good night's sleep.
Yes. I have my trusty rusty shield.
Yes. You pick up your things and do what? Go for a walk?
Pace around the camp.
Okay. Pace around the camp. Give me a perception check as you pace around the camp.
Oh no. That's pretty good.
That's actually pretty good for you, at least. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You step out from your tent, just do a quick stretch as you pick up your weapons and turn to start walking towards the northern part of the camp. When you hear something on the southern end, actually near the wagon closest to you. It sounds like something scurrying around.
I would head in that general direction.
You turn and look, and at the wagon, there is a a small creature standing there. It is thin, it's malnourished, it's almost sickly golden yellow skin, almost stretched across its face, its long nose and sharp teeth. You see a goblin actually just popping its head out of the wagon near you with something in its hand, and he said, "Hey." He does not seem to have seen you just yet, but it is standing with something in its hands.
Can I see what that is? Or is that within the wagon?
It is in its hand. It is now standing on the ground behind the wagon. It just holds something in its hand, like just looks at something. It looks like some kind of. It actually just looks like a hammer.
Hammer.
Yeah, like a small hammer to strike pittance into the ground to keep up the tents. It's a tool. It's just a tool hammer.
Well, I can't speak Goblin. At least I don't think so. No.
As far as I remember, you don't.
Unless they speak Orc. Probably not. Either way, I will. I'll start. Can I pick up a stone and throw it? Not at the goblin, but in the opposite way of where I am, while going its direction.
So you throw a rock behind you, or in a different direction than where you are while you walk towards it.
So the opposite side of where I am to the goblin.
Okay, so I just need to be sure. You walk towards the goblin, and then you essentially throw a rock away from you.
Yes, on the other side of the goblin.
Okay, yeah, sure. Give me a dexterity check.
Dexterity? Okay.
You throw a rock. It requires precision. At least if you're trying to hit something specific. If you're not, then I will allow a strength check.
Strength it is.
Fair enough. Okay, 22. You take the rock and just and you toss it, and it hits a tree on the opposite side of the camp. And the goblin just, as soon as he hears the noise, just looks away.
And I will rush the goblin.
Okay, you rush the goblin, get up close to it, and do what?
Grapple it.
Okay. That means it is you will make a athletics.
Athletic.
Yep, and I will make either acrobatic or athletic to see if it can escape you. Okay, you leap forward and try to grab it, and it turns, sees you, makes a ah, and it ducks down under your arms and runs in between your legs as it turns and draws its scimitar like ah! And nope, 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 and nope. As 4 arrows sticks into the wagon near you.
I just imagine a silhouette.
You see out from around the trees 4 more goblins. You also, at a quick glance, look over to the other wagon and you see a massive, furry, long-armed bugbear. Also looking at you.
Oh dear.
And it yells. Just need to be sure of something. In a language you do not understand, and runs towards you. And I want you all to roll initiative.
I would assume that it would wake up the rest of my party hearing a scream.
Very, very, very likely.
Yes.
But we are prone.
You are prone and inside the tent. I would like
Yes.
all of you to essentially pick yourself in the place where you think you would be.
And I am lying head first in a sleeping bag.
You are indeed.
So,
Well, we are already
hey,
in a tent.
what we are always what?
You are already
So-
on the
No.
map. I've already put you in. I just want you to move yourself around to show me where you are.
So I
This
was
is fine.
near the wagon.
Yes, you were near the wagon. I accidentally made a mistake. I'll just move some stuff around real quick.
So around here-ish.
And the goblin was right there, so it is essentially over here.
Mm.
Seriously, this is the 3rd natural one.
Oh, it's
I get today.
It is
Don't worry,
I'm
going
going to-
absolutely great. We just do this.
The people
Don't
cannot
go.
see.
All wrong.
Don't
viewers
worry,
cannot see the combat map.
No, they cannot just yet. I have not moved it over. I just wanted to get all this done first, so we can do this.
Christy, don't worry. I will join you in the endeavor of rolling a natural 1.
Yay!
And then Epos ruins your natural one disasters.
With an actual 20. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I will now roll the... I just need to go over to the right one, so I can move stuff around. And
But
roll
we've been rolling.
Keep
The
rolling,
rolls
rolling,
today.
rolling.
Have been on point
Yes, it has indeed.
or not.
Somewhat.
What?
Oh,
In the butt.
Thunder.
Said what?
And
In the butt? Wanna do it in the butt? In the butt.
this. That should do it, and I will just roll for them.
Oh,
That should
natural 20.
Pooh,
Right.
okay, that one gets a. Wow, I have.
It is
I
time.
have forgotten to delete the last bit of combat apparently. So I just need to delete that. Should take care of it. I want to say this and goblin the same. So it's like this and like that. So top of the round.
Whoa, wait, we just disappeared from the initiative roll.
You did from your end. From my end, you're still there, of course, with the wrong numbers. So please do me the favor and just roll again so you get into the initiative order. In a second, let me do something first.
Okay.
Now please roll your initiative again. My initiative order had all of you
My
still
God.
on it.
2 in a row?
Well, I am just gonna change that to a 2.
Yeah,
Yes.
because...
If you'd be so kind as to change your initiatives to what you rolled in the beginning.
So,
Yes.
2, and Victor, 21.
Yes, Victor 21, Epos Max 22, and Eterèmont 5.
What? I cannot.
You can change it?
Now I can.
There we go. And then we do the same thing. So, Epos, you first. You wake up at this roar. This...
Panic. What? get out of a sleeping bag and like.
Yes. So
What is that?
You get up from your prone stance,
Yes.
which is half your movement, and you, I assume, crawl out of the tent. It's like a small camping tent. Small. It's a camping tent for 3 people. So you can't really stand up in it, but you get out. That's 5
Does that
feet.
mean that I have one for myself?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't have one for yourself.
Well, he is 3 people in one.
No,
so
at most he is 1.5 people.
Yes.
fine.
He is half giant.
I am not huge. I am
No.
large.
Or he's 3.
Actually, you are a medium
gnome
creature, but you are a
I
big
I know I'm a medium.
Yeah, but you are a big medium creature. But Epos,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? You have gone out and you see the goblin right next to Urak, behind him. Urak is essentially with his back against the goblin.
Yes, I will attack the goblin behind him.
Okay.
With firebolt.
Make an attack roll with your firebolt.
Oh my
Ooh.
god!
Oh my god, your firebolt actually hit something. Roll damage.
That is nice.
Wait. Is this Epos an imposter?
Apparently. You shoot your firebolt as it hits its head like and you see it's already looking very wounded.
Really?
Yes. It looks very wounded.
I
at the
am
moment.
powerful. Yes, that is it.
That is Epos' turn. Victor, you as well, awoken by a roar. I will also remind you, you are not wearing your armor at the moment.
Yeah, I should unequip that. Yeah, true.
You can also just say that your AC is 1 less, because you are wearing a normal leather armor, and that is a 1 to your AC. Compared.
Doesn't matter. I can just unequip it right now. It's fine. Anyway, so I get up and I'm like, whoa, what is that? And I open the tent thing, curtain thing, and I look out and I see the goblins, and I'm like, we will get paid. How much can I move? I need to be close.
You can move 15 feet at the moment. Actually, only 10, because you used 15 feet to get up and 5 feet to just crawl out of the tent. So you have 10 feet of movement, unfortunately.
Alright, I plan to go around in this direction and then come from behind, because I know this guy's there.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Epos Max shoot at something.
Yeah.
So I walk in this direction,
Yes.
and I see that there's this guy, so I'm like, oh. That cannot be, so I throw my daggers at this guy
Okay.
down here.
I will just have a good... Okay, it's 30 feet. Your daggers, if I remember correctly, has a range of... Is it 2060?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it's 2060. Which means
Say...
your attack would be with disadvantage.
Okay, slightly further down.
Yeah, you still need to be within 20 feet of him. Now you're 25 feet from him. It's still with disadvantage.
Fine. So, yeah, I just do it anyways. It doesn't matter.
Yes, you throw your dagger. As you see this goblin standing with a short bow down, like looking. Make your attack roll.
Do something.
So that actually hits.
And it, apparently, I don't know. That wouldn't be sneak attack, would it?
No. They are prepared for battle at the moment. So you throw your dagger, and it sticks itself directly in its actually around behind its ears, just through its essentially sticking into the back of its neck, like. And this goblin is also considerably wounded.
Well, I wink at it and be like, "Hey, you're in the wrong place, my friend."
Mm-hmm. Is that your turn?
That's my turn, I think, because I don't think I can throw 2 daggers.
Well, you could. I would say yes. Yes, you could. You could draw both daggers and just throw both of them.
Oh wait, I lost 1 dagger somehow.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you threw it into the shit.
Yeah, you threw it into the shit and never got it back. So if you only have 1 dagger, then no, you cannot throw another dagger.
Well, then I can't throw another dagger.
Fair enough.
So I used the remaining of my bonus action or whatever to draw the other 2 weapons, the rapier and the short sword.
Fair enough. That is the bugbear. The bugbear will run. It's 30 feet.
Oh shit! It can actually get to me.
It can just get to you, and it will raise its morning star, and it roar just as it tries to slam it into you. You are luckily directly in front of it. You see it coming, running towards you. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
An
means,
18 does indeed hit.
yes, that means you
Oh
take.
yeah, fuck yes.
You take this one. This one. You take a grand total of 11 points of piercing damage
Ow.
as it slams its morning star into your side. You're not. You do not. Actually, it was with advantage. Yeah, it's time. He hits you in the side as you do not entirely get your shield up. You block a little bit of it, but the morning star slams into your side. As you essentially just. As you start stepping to the side as this massive morning star just strikes you in the side. And yeah, and that is its turn. Now it is the goblins. One goblin, the one next to you, will try to strike you with its scimitar. Urak.
Yes.
It
I will
also,
allow it.
It also has advantage. That would be a 23 to hit.
I do believe that does indeed hit me.
Yes, and you take 7 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And the other 3, one of them extremely pissed, will shoot their short bows at you, Victor.
Yeah.
So, first shot is an 11.
That does not hit.
Second attack is a 13.
That exactly hits because I don't wear my armor.
Yes, and the last one is a 10. So you are hit by 1 arrow. You take 4 points of piercing damage. As an arrow essentially sticks itself just... I don't really know. It essentially sticks itself in your thigh. Like just... As these are goblins, they are a little short. But they hit you in the thigh. The other 2 just essentially just hit your tent like...
Very nice.
They don't essentially fly. They do fly through, but just land inside, essentially next to Eterèmont. Just that's it. And that was the goblins. Eterèmont, it's your turn.
Yes. Okay, so I guess I wake up because I hear missing arrows.
You essentially you hear arrows getting thrown around. You hear Urak screaming in pain, and a roar from some kind of creature.
If I get down to stand here, will I be able to see the bugbear?
Yes, you would.
Okay. What if I stood here?
You would still be able to. You would still be able to see it.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, you would. You would be able to see it. It would not have any cover,
Okay.
but only barely.
Yeah. So I get up and then I move out here.
You can do that with your 10 feet.
Yes. With my what?
With your
10 feet.
10
Yeah,
feet
yeah.
movement for the moment.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my short bow against the bugbear.
Make your attack roll.
No, wait. This one was hurt, right?
Oh yeah, he's hurt.
How much?
Very.
Very. Okay, I go for him.
Okay.
The little one.
Fair enough. Make an attack roll with your short bow.
Yes. There we go. Oh my god, what is happening? 8!
Yeah, you crawl out. You're still groggy, like you shoot, and it shoots directly over its head. It is only
this?
yeah. It is only now you've really noticed how short they actually are. And you're
How
like,
can something be so short?
exactly. And then you remember. Oh yeah, I did see a gnome or two in Borealis. About the same height.
And then I give one bardic inspiration to Urak, saying, "Come on, tall friend, show them how you really fight."
Fair enough, Urak. You are now inspired,
Yes.
and it is also now your turn. I will just give
Yes.
you this to indicate you are inspired, so you remember.
Oof, yes.
Inspiration.
Yes. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna try and hit the small goblin.
Mm-hmm. Make your attack roll.
Oh, wait. I want to bite it.
You may do so. Make
Yes.
your bite attack.
And that has advantage, doesn't it? Because I'm below half health.
You do, indeed.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
hit.
don't think about the +2.
No,
That's
but you-
on mine, that's on
you
me.
bite, doing 5 points of damage, and it falls to the ground dead.
Yes, and
you
I
get the
gain...
HP.
Yes, I gained 5 hit points.
Yes,
Eterèmont's
vampire?
eye twitches like, what did he just do?
You essentially see Urak bite into the neck of this little goblin, and you see it. It was thin and malnourished to begin with. It all of a sudden becomes a little thinner as it falls to the ground dead.
Yeah.
No. Well,
And I turn to the hobgoblin.
Bugbear.
Bugbear, sorry.
That's fair.
As that would be my turn.
Yes. Then it is the top of the round. Epos, it's your turn.
yeah, I'm mortified.
Very likely.
I'm like, what? But I'm still going. I'm like hyped on my magical power as well because I'm hitting. So I'm like, whoa, all over the place. So I walk over here and I try a firebolt again, but on
Alright.
the bugbear.
Roll an attack roll against the bugbear.
On point.
Wow.
Oh
Nice.
my fucking
Roll
god!
damage. That's a hit.
You cannot touch me right now.
Yeah, it's going great. Roll damage.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
it takes 11 points of fire damage. As you essentially hit it directly square in the chest, like.
Yeah. Should I not be rolling another d10?
It has already rolled an extra d10. Or is there,
Oh.
is there some other reason you would roll another one?
No,
That-
no.
Became a +2, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the plus
okay.
2. That's the
Okay.
second one.
Yeah, sure. 11. So that is it.
That is your turn. Very well. Victor! You were just shot in the thigh by a goblin.
I noticed.
Yes, I will
that
say the
the
one.
arrow.
Yeah, I will say the one that hit you was actually this one. The one you
Oh.
threw a dagger at.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one of the other two.
Nope.
But you know, because of the arrows flying past me, I noticed where they are, and I'm like, ooh.
Oh yeah. They are not.
Sneaky.
Yeah, they're not that very well hidden at the moment, as they continuously fire arrows out.
Yeah, 35. I can easily get there. So I walk up to him. Oh fuck! I have to move like that, and I stab him with my rapier. I rape him basically.
Yes, make an attack roll. That is unfortunately a miss. As you run forward, rapier ready, it barely essentially it. As soon as you go to stab, it looks at you coming, stares in fear, and throw its shortbow at you.
And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and the shortbow hits you in the face, so you're like, "Ugh!" and your rapier goes a little too high, and you
And
stab
then
forward like,
you know, And I'm like, ah, you motherfucker! And I swing with the sword also.
Yes, make your attack roll with your sword.
And
That is unfortunately another miss. As your frustration of having a short bow thrown in your face, you swing the short sword, and it has already ducked, and as it ducks, it is already drawing its scimitar. While blood is essentially just... essentially, not like splushing, but like almost like a tiny waterfall just out of its neck.
well, that's pretty much what I can do.
It is unfortunately. That is your turn then. Now it is the bugbear. I need to remind myself how intelligent is a bugbear. Okay. Okay. It, in its absolute frustration, while still holding its scimitar, takes a javelin, looks at you, Epos, and throws it.
Oof. Fuck shit. Yes, come at me, bro.
Yes, I will make an attack roll with the javelin. That is an 8.
That does not hit.
So the javelin essentially penetrates the tent. It doesn't just go in and land, it goes out the other side and land on the other side of your tent, out in the open. I will also say at this moment you do notice, and you do hear the sounds of battle around you. And a very short glance, this is for all of you, you see on the northern and eastern side of the camp, there are more goblins, more bugbears, and every single member of this tabaxi squad is already out, katars ready and slashing them to pieces. But that was the bugbear's turn, now it is the goblins. One goblin will go for you, Victor, of course. No, wait. It will go to here. It will run through the bush, getting to here. This run 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. It will run over here. And they will both, while running, aim their short bows at you, Victor. As you are more or less the only one they can see completely at the moment. The others are covered by the tent. No, wait. No! They could actually shoot at any of you. Yeah, one scimitar attack against you, Victor.
Yes.
That is a 17. Yeah, 17 to hit.
Well, that definitely, unfortunately, hits.
Yes. And there will come a shot from the short bows to each of you, Epos and Eterèmont.
Yes.
First and foremost,
Because he hit me, I will use Hellish Rebuke.
that is fair. I will just roll the damage for you. You take 7 points of slashing damage.
Yes.
And I don't think a 10 succeeds.
Against me?
Against you. Your spell save DC.
That's in here. Nope, that I have 12. Remind me, we are using level 1 spells right now.
Of course, you only have first level spells. You can only cast at first level.
So here you go.
Yes, that is definitely a fail. So he essentially completely and utterly goes up in smoke.
Nice.
So
So
he dies
7 points of damage.
Yes, and you take 7 points of damage.
Very nice.
Yes. Then there is a shot at you, Epos.
Yes.
That's a 7. So that's a miss. And a shot at you, Eterèmont.
Yes.
That is a natural 20.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Ow.
that hits!
So you take... Oh boy. You take 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh my god! Okay.
And that is the goblin's turn. Eterèmont, it's now your turn.
I am bleeding profusely, damn!
I will also say that was almost max damage. I rolled quite well on that damage.
I'm going to use Healing Word on myself.
Fair enough. So you essentially try to tell yourself it's all gonna be good.
It's all gonna be alright.
Roll your healing. You heal 7. You heal 7. 7 of the 12 damage you took.
Yes.
That was your bonus action.
Yes. Yeah, then I'm going to shoot him.
Okay. You shoot the one that is up here.
Oh yeah, this one. This one.
That is also the one that shot you. So,
Yes.
so make your attack.
I'm trying to get some payback now.
Yes, let's see if you do. You unfortunately do not. You in your extreme frustration shoot your short bow, and it essentially just flies off its like leathery shoulder pad, just and continues.
I curse at him in Elvish something. Yeah, in Elvish.
That is fair. So any one of you that knows Elvish essentially hears a string of curse words.
Yes.
Nah, I hear the git.
I don't hear shit.
Nope.
I'm like, language! Hello!
Yes.
Language.
That was it. Did you want to move, Eterèmont? By the way.
Doesn't make sense too.
Let me see. Up. Yeah.
Mhm.
What was it around here? No, it was here, so I can see the bugbear.
Yes. I actually think it was around. Yeah. That it was there. You could clearly. What was it? I think it was here actually. It still gives you a clear shot at the bugbear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it could go both places. Up to you.
Yeah, I'm going here. Then I can see him better, I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Urak, it is now your turn. You have a bugbear in your face.
Face the almighty flail.
Yes. And the mighty flail finds its target.
Yes, with a good amount of smite.
That is 19 points of damage.
Oh my god.
You
Yes!
You smite a bitch as you slam it in its face, and it's essentially its entire side of its face starts peeling off, like in cracks, as if its skin just dried up completely and died. And its fur starts falling off. It looks terrible. It's very, very hurt. It is, as they would say in the game Neverwinter Nights, it is near death.
I see.
Was that your turn, Urak?
I could do more.
You could. You still have your bonus action at the very least.
Yes. But, not anything I want to use at all.
Fair enough. So we jump onward. Epos! It's now your turn.
Yes.
Oh, you're
How
gonna
does
get cocky now.
How does the bugbear look?
Like I said earlier, the entire that would be the right side of his face is essentially peeling off. He's bleeding profusely from that one wound, but it is almost all the way into bone. You can actually see the top of his skull.
Yeah, they got that. So I'm gonna run over here.
Yes.
While I'm, and then I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt.
Chaos Bolt.
Which is a first level spell.
It is.
Because my magic is on point right now. So I'm casting Chaos Bolt.
Yes.
On that one.
Yes.
While I'm shouting, screaming something in Infernal. While I cast magic.
Fair enough. You yelled.
I say, your mother is a whore! Ah!
And you cast your Chaos Bolt. I would like you to roll a d20 for me.
Oh, Dave, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, this is good. Okay,
no.
Give me a second. I do not know.
Oh, no.
I do not remember the list.
Please
Yes.
don't be.
Oh no.
Please don't be that. Don't
Yes.
be that.
I will just find the list real quick, as we have just had a chaos surge, and it's a 1, which means something fantastic or very terrible is now going to happen.
Yes, I am ready to roll.
Wow.
You're going to
hot
heal the
Right.
fire.
No, he cast it at one of the goblins. Let's see. There it is. There is the wild surge table. I would like you to roll a d100 for me. 49. Let us have a
49.
look. Okay, let's see.
What happens?
Okay. As you start to cast the spell, sorry, that was the wrong one. I'm gonna go down. Okay, you cast your spell, and as you're speaking, there's no words coming out of your mouth. But instead, pink bubbles start out your mouth.
Ah, yes, I indeed too speak Murloc.
And I would say, as far as I understand it, you still cast the spell. So cast your Chaos Bolt. The spell still goes off.
Awesome.
Okay.
First level.
Yes.
What?
You need to.
That was the wrong.
It is the right one.
It is.
You need to,
No, yes.
Yeah, you need to press it in your character sheet,
Yeah.
not in the
So-
spell list.
There you go.
Okay, that is unfortunately a miss. As you, what kind of energy is it, by the way?
Lightning.
Lightning. So you essentially form this ball of crackling lightning that just flies out in a 120 feet line. Okay. Flies into in between the trees, and after about 120 feet, just fizzes out. You unfortunately missed the goblin. And as you try to speak, more bubbles fly out of your mouth. Yes, that is what just happened.
Well, that just happened. Awesome.
Yes. Very well. Now it is essentially the next one on the list then. Unless, of course, you want to move any more, Epos. I take that means that's fine. Fair enough.
I am done.
Cool. Victor, it is now your turn.
No, that will not do. Monsieur Victor, is he in line of sight of these guys?
I would say you are definitely in line of sight of the one above you.
This one, yes?
Yeah, the one at... No, this one.
That one.
He has clear line of sight to you. This one does have have an idea that you're there because its friend just died from you burning it up. They know you're there.
No sneak attack. Okay.
No.
Alright, then I will be like, "Argh," and I'll just attack him with my rapier.
Fair enough. Make your
Essentially,
attack
I'll be like, flying with my, jumping with my rapier ahead of me.
roll. Okay. You jump. Make your attack roll.
No, I'm of course kidding, but you know what I mean.
That's too late now. You already said it. You do hit it as you fly forward, rapier forward. Maybe screaming bloody murder. You penetrate its chest, and your rapier to the handle hits its chest as it falls to the ground and stops moving.
And in the process, I sling the sword toward the other one and throw.
A short sword is not really a weapon that can be thrown.
Ah.
I will allow you to do it, but it will be with disadvantage, again, because it's not a weapon that is meant to be thrown.
Okay, let me just see how far I have moved, so I can subtract. That's 15.
You can get all the way up to
Yes.
it, so...
I can go all the way there. So I'll just go in there and, rush continuously up there and use
Yes.
my sword in melee instead.
Yeah, so it's essentially you jump, stabbing into the ground with the rapier, not even looking, like just continue, draw your rapier out as you swing the short sword in an arc as you run forward. You do hit.
And unfortunately, it's -3 to that
Yes,
damage
so
because
it is 1 damage. But you do swing it and you slash I know it says piercing damage, I hate that, but you slash at its chest, it barely jumps backwards as you just make a cut across its chest.
And then I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it does start to bleed. It does start to bleed though, but not profusely. It's not terrible.
I say it in deep speech, by the way. You are lucky.
Okay, fair enough. Was that your turn, Victor?
Yes.
Okay, now it is the bugbear. It is clutching its face while looking at you, Urak. And it tries to strike you with the morning star. That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that does hit.
You take
I might go down.
7 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, I am 0.
So Urak falls to the ground.
Yes.
Not necessarily dead, but just from the swing that hits him on the head.
Knocked out.
He gets flung like a foot before he lands on his chest on the ground. And the bugbear just looks down and just starts looking around for its next target. And it very quickly sets its eyes on you, Epos. As it starts moving. 5, 10, 5. It runs up to you with its morning star behind it, like. But that's its turn. Now it is the goblin. I will. Yeah, there will be a scimitar attack against you. Against you, Victor, and Eterèmont. A shortbow shot is coming towards you.
From where?
From away.
Yes, from where, you might ask? From over here.
Yes.
As one of the goblins from the other side of the camp has broken away from the tabaxis, has seen Eterèmont and think, oh shit!
Oh.
Just try to shoot. So first, the attack against you, Victor. With a scimitar, that is a natural 20.
No.
Oh
That's-
god.
You take
yes.
you take 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so
Are you dead now?
I have 16 HP from the get-go, so I'm not dead. I just go to 0.
So Victor falls to the ground.
It is the perfect time for me to go beast mode. So
Yes. So you
Prepare
fall,
yourself.
so you fall to the ground, Victor, and the goblin like. The shot against you, Eterèmont. That is a 16 to hit.
It hits.
You take 3 points of piercing damage
Ah, phew.
as the arrow essentially just grazes your thigh. It does hurt, like ah, and you turn around and you do see a goblin with a short bow, like, oh fuck.
Idiot.
It actually says in common, oh fuck. And that was the goblin's turn. Eterèmont, it's your turn.
Okay, I give a death glare to the goblin over there, and then I slowly look back. Going. Let me see. Down here.
Mhm.
And I'm like, be lucky I got bigger prey. And while I try to aim with my short bow, I make a prayer to the elven god of the hunt.
Mhm.
Like, just let me hit something now.
Okay.
And then
before you shoot, I
Yeah.
would very much like you to make a wisdom check. Just pure wisdom.
you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Classic.
Never mind. You just roll.
4
You
times!
just roll your
4
attack roll.
times today.
Yes. You just make your attack roll.
Oh my god.
You need to change your dice.
Yeah.
Which is
How,
roll
how is
20
she
dice.
going to do that when it's the
Oh!
You hit.
Yes!
Roll damage.
Yes. 5.
So
5 on the big guy.
Eterèmont,
Yes.
how does this bugbear fall to the ground dead?
Yay!
I wanted to go just beneath his skull, so the arrow pierces out of his mouth on the other side.
All right. So Epos, you hear the roar and you turn to see this bugbear. And just before it gets to you, you see an arrowhead just out where its tongue should be, and it's and just falls directly forward. It slides a little bit across the ground, and the top of his head just very gently just pats you at your shoe as it stops.
I'm dead.
Get it off!
Very
Just
dead.
do a messy, like
Yes.
That was your action, Eterèmont.
Nice. Yeah. Then I reach out my hand to towards Urak, and I'm like, "Get up!" And then I cast Healing Word at him.
All right. Make your healing word.
6.
Yes. Urak, you heal 6.
Yes.
And that is your turn, Eterèmont, I assume?
Yes.
Now it is your turn, Urak.
How far can I throw a javelin?
I do not remember, but give me a second. I can just go in and see how long the range is from the bugbear. It is a 30, 120. So
That's very far.
it is very, very far, but that is how far you can throw the javelin. 120 feet, I think.
but it's 30. 30 is
Yeah.
the minimum range.
Yes, 30 is the low range, which means if it is within 30 feet, it is without disadvantage. If it is between 30 and 120, it is with disadvantage. If it is above 120, he cannot hit it.
So I would like to stand up.
Yeah,
I
will just take a look just to be sure, because that does sound really, really far. And it could just be because the bugbear is like extremely strong. So just take a second.
Well, Urak is also very, very strong.
He is, but he's not this type of strong.
I am not long-armed strong.
No, you're not long-armed strong. True.
You're not Armstrong.
Ha 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 ha. Don't
Full
give me
metal
ideas.
alchemist.
Don't give me the ideas. Javelin, where are you? Is that really a martial weapon? Jeez. No, it's not. Where the fuck is it?
It is a simple melee, if I'm
No,
correct.
it's melee. Yeah, 30, 120. Just had to be sure.
That's very far.
It is, but that is how far you can throw it.
Yes, I would like to stand up.
You get up.
Yes. Now I have
15 feet.
17 and a half foot.
That's true. You do have.
Does he still have the inspiration now that he?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Okay. Okay.
As far as I understand,
So-
the inspiration doesn't go away just because they fall unconscious. As far as I know.
Nice.
So how far is this?
55.
I couldn't make that. No. With 10 feet here.
Yes.
That's 30 feet.
Yes. I will say though, he is a little hidden by the tent, because the tent may be small, but so are these goblins. They are short. So he does get he does get half cover from the attack, but yeah.
Yeah, sure, we'll go with it.
Fair enough. Make your attack roll with your javelin.
Not dueling, not smiting. Javelin. 17.
You just hit because of the cover.
Hey.
So roll your damage.
Yeah. 5.
Yes, so you throw your javelin as this goblin is looking down at Victor like as the javelin essentially has penetrated his stomach from the side.
Oh!
Gruesome.
It is very gruesome. It's not dead, but it is bleeding profusely and clutching at the javelin like from the side like
Okay. I like where I'm standing,
Hmm.
don't I? I do. I'll keep standing where I'm standing.
Fair enough. That is your turn then. Epos, it is now your turn.
Yes. 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 Okay. I will attack that one
Yes.
with Firebolt this time.
Yes, make your attack roll with your firebolt. That is
Awesome.
certainly a hit.
Nice.
Roll the damage of the firebolt.
Awesome.
Yes, and you set the goblin on fire.
Fire!
Yes, exactly. You still every time you speak, pink bubbles just come out of your mouth instead. And just a
That I
just a
that
quick
I say
note.
to you, Victor. Blah 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 blah.
Well, I'm not really in the mood to listen.
No, because he is underground dying.
You are unresponsive.
Yes.
Yes, is he underground or?
He is underground, bleeding and dying. He has 0 hit points.
Okay, I walk up to him then.
Alright. Is that your turn?
Just a sec. Ah, bullcrap shit. Yes,
Alright.
that is my turn.
Victor, make a death saving throw.
Well, can I not just wait?
No,
Oh,
that is a fail.
unfortunately.
I got you, babe. I got you.
Is that your turn, Victor? Yes, it is. The bugbear is dead. The goblin will essentially look down at you, Eterèmont. Like, takes a look around. And it's a good. Its actual natural thoughts comes back to it, and it bolts. It essentially runs out of the map. It's just gone. It runs into the forest.
It's fine. I'll survive.
Yes.
Well, maybe.
We'll see. The battle seems to be dying down around you as more and more goblins are torn to pieces by the other tabaxis. As I will say, you are out of combat now.
I will
Yes,
go.
I would like to.
So I can't even use my short bow against the bolting one?
Oh, if you want to, go right ahead. Make an attack roll as it runs. It is very far away now, though. It is 60 plus, and it is about, I will say it's 80 feet away. So it is, if I remember correctly, exactly within the range of your short bow.
Yeah. And nobody has told me that Victor is down, so and I cannot see him from
No,
where I
You
stand.
cannot.
No.
Yes.
So I shoot at the goblin. Like, oh no, you don't.
Mm-hmm. Make an attack roll.
Yes. 11.
Yeah, you unfortunately miss as your arrow flies into the forest, like as the goblin continues to run and disappears in between the bushes.
Yes,
That
I
is
would.
my turn.
I would like to lay my hand.
First, it is actually Urak's turn before that.
Yes. I will walk over to Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Lay my hand on him.
Mm-hmm.
I will kick you in the fucking balls. Yes.
From the death you shall rise once more. And I cast Lay on Hands.
Mm-hmm.
1 point.
Yes, so Victor, you gain one hit point.
What? One?
Yes,
That's
you
better than
regain
0.
1 hit point and you are no longer dying.
And looking at Epos, just like, I'm not gonna resurrect him. That's some bullshit.
Wait. So that's not healing hands?
Lay on Hands.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, it's lay on hands.
No, it's just me going, from the death you shall arise once again. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna resurrect him. That's some bullshit.
Yes. I look you square in the eyes and lay my hand on his shoulder and use healing hands and heal him 2 points.
Yes, so you regain 2 hit points more, Victor.
So
Oh, me? Okay.
Yes, you are healed 2 more health from...
On my next turn, I will heal him 3 points now.
For my next turn, I will use Healing Hands level 2 and see what happens.
Hey, we'll see what happens, because that's not something you can do, unfortunately.
Then I will be the one to kick him in the nuts.
And then you go...
I will kick someone in the balls very hard.
You also notice at this point that you see, as the battle dies down, Ali coming out from the wagon, furthest away from your tent. He is essentially thrown off these pretty clothes and is now wearing some kind of like leathery armor. He has these 2 rods in his hands, like, okay, who wants some? I'm ready, and I'm ready to kill. And just looks around and just sees all the goblins like just getting cut down by these tabaxis. And the rest of you take a look around, and Eterèmont, you do see Great Claw. And you are surprised to see 3 spectral creatures flying around his back.
Oh.
And as you see him killing the last one, and he seems to... the spirits disappear from behind him. Like...
Make certain to be sitting on my knees, at least, before the... what's he called? Ali looks in our direction.
Yeah, he does look around and does see Eterèmont relatively quickly. He is, after all, around this area. Like, this is the wagon he comes out from.
Yeah.
So, but Great Claw essentially also gets an eye on you, Victor, as you're crawling up on your feet. And he also starts walking your direction as Ali goes to Eterèmont as well. And they start...
I will retrieve my dagger, by the way.
Of course, you do retrieve your dagger, which is still sitting in the throat of the one you killed.
Yes.
It is a little hot though, because you did burn him.
Fuck.
So the dagger
is it still intact?
It is intact.
Okay, good.
But the fire is not warm enough and it's not consistent enough to actually melt the dagger. It is hot.
Good.
It's essentially it's almost the heat of if you essentially put your hand on a used used pan.
Oh.
Like you just made food with a pan and then you just grab the metal part of the pan. That's how hot it is. So it does hurt if you keep holding on to it. If you just make that touch, feel the heat, and just release, it's fine. There's no damage or anything.
Alright.
It's just...
So I'm gonna use a piece of cloth to put it, wrap it and put it into my pocket.
Fair enough. It doesn't take long before it starts cooling, of course. It's not that it burns. It's going to be hot for like hours. It's like a couple of seconds that it starts cooling down.
Yeah.
It is nighttime after all, and it is relatively cold in these times at night.
I would like to take my javelin back.
Oh, you go over and pick up your javelin, which is unfortunately not really useful anymore, as the goblin was burnt, and it unfortunately hit your javelin as well.
I will take the metal piece.
You take the tip of the javelin. No problems.
Yes.
It is also a little warm. It's not as warm as the one Victor picked up, because one was magical fire, the other one was fire from hell. So there's a difference in heat. But you pick it up. It does hurt a little. It's a little warm, but it's like you can essentially just juggle it, and it doesn't hurt too much. And after a while, it starts cooling down a little.
Performance check, no.
No, you don't have to, unless you want to play it off as if I'm doing this on purpose. It's definitely not because it looks weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
10.
Oh, it's you do play it off somewhat, but people know you're playing a little around with it. They know you. It's hot. They did see it go up in flames. And
yes.
Ali and Great Claw comes over to you and says, and Ali essentially tells you, well, you do have some skill, I would say. And
blah 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 blah.
yeah, and Epos is still having bubbles coming out of his mouth and doesn't really be able to say something. And Ali just looks at Epos and is like, that's an interesting language. Could you teach me that, perhaps? Still pink bubbles going out of his mouth. Not really words or anything, just bubbles.
Okay, I guess
And
something happened anyways.
Greyclaw goes over and just points at Epos and says, "You!
What?
You do great magic." And he turns to Urak. You are strong. And he just pats his shoulder 2 times like this. Like a sign of respect. Not like this, like this. Like just
do I know of that?
Roll a history check.
Sure.
To see if you remember.
No.
No, you're not entirely sure. You know it's a sign of respect, but you're not entirely sure where you've seen it. You've seen it before. You just cannot put your finger on it.
I'll just go monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah. And he just nods to you. The bloody knives honor you. And again, your mind is racing, Urak. It's like, bloody knives. I know what this is. I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you start thinking, and then it like, there it was. You have heard of the bloody knives. They are a Tabaxi clan out from the northern parts of Freemarch. They are warriors and mercenaries, most often. Scavengers or raiders, depending on the season, almost. And you know they have little respect for anything other than other bloody knives.
It's weird.
Yeah, they don't usually show respect to anyone else other than people from their own clan.
Hey, I got some street cred.
You apparently got some credit, yes. And Ali, since she turns toward you and said, "Well, we were prepared for a lot of things, but not that." And he points to the bugbear. Oh, this has been a very interesting trip. Let us talk price in the morning. I need to get out of this one. Oh well. And he looks at the 2 rods that he's holding, like, maybe someday I'll get to use you too. And he starts walking back towards his wagon. Though he doesn't do that. He does look at them very intensively, though. Like, he does look at them like, one day, like as he's walking.
Yes.
And
may I go to the bugbear?
Sure.
And I want to examine the face and what the fuck I did to it.
Okay. You take a look at it. Roll an Arcana or Medicine.
Yes.
Yes.
I think both are horrible.
That's great. And roll 1.
Yes.
We shall see what you get out of that.
No.
You're not entirely sure what you just did. Like, you have done this smiting a couple of times. This is the first time it has made someone's face crumble.
May I do medicine?
No.
Oh, okay.
You have already done Arcana. You tried to think of it magically, but unfortunately that didn't get you anywhere.
What about biology? I can't pronounce that.
You made a choice.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
You made your choice. Anyway, you take a look at it and just think, that's weird. It's never really done that.
Holy shit, I'm good.
Oh yeah, you do think that as well, like, Jesus Christ, I hit that thing hard. You essentially hit it so hard, you think that you essentially sped up its life cycle.
What? Awesome. Ah, yeah.
But Greatclaw essentially starts bringing his men around and takes a look at them, see who's wounded, who's okay, and also sends one of his men over to you to like patch you up as well as possible, if you of course allow him to patch up the wounds you got during the battle.
I will definitely allow them to tend my wounds.
They will do so with bandages and some kind of stinging medicine on one of some of the more scrappy wounds. Especially the massive cut you got across the stomach.
I will sleep it off.
I assumed you would. But after some time you all go to sleep and start, well, sleeping it off.
Yes.
Nothing else happens during the night though.
So we do get a long rest.
You do get a long rest to heal.
Hey.
Awesome.
And in the morning, you are of course met by Ali, that is now seems ready to travel in his fancy clothes that he had the day before, and he seems to be holding some kind of pouch. And he walks over to you, Victor, and says, "If you ever find yourself in Al-Hazala, I will definitely have need for you for. You have great skill. Great Claw has told me of what happened during the battle. You managed to kill several goblins on your own, and the bugbear that apparently had my life in its head. Or my death, if you will. But of course, a deal is a deal." And he hands you a pouch. And he, of course, and he tells you, "Please do share it with your friends. You've all done tremendous work. I thank you."
I allow him to drop it into my hand. I don't take it. I let him drop it.
So he essentially drops it in your hand, and as it hits your hand, it's like, that's pretty good. It's a little heavy.
Good. I'm like, I will definitely take up your offer of one day, helping you out in Alessandra?
Al-Hasala.
Ah, damn it, close.
Good try.
Yes. So by the way, where is this place?
Al-Hazala is out in Freemarch, on the northern side, close to the borders of the country of Vatican.
Oh, damn, that's too much information in one mouthful.
I know.
Al-Hazara?
Salah. It's an L.
Zala, okay.
Yes.
And then it's north.
It's on the northern.
Freemarch.
It's northern in the northern parts of Freemarch, on close to the borders of the country of Vatican, as he says it.
Borders of the city. Vatican.
Vatican is not a city. It's a nation.
It is a nation.
Yes.
Vatican. Okay. Just notes so we know where to go next time.
Of course.
I want to walk over to Victor, put my hand on him, on his shoulder.
I'm still holding the bag of gold.
Very likely.
Perhaps instead of some of the gold, we might be able to get some supplies.
Oh, very good. Very good, my friend. As my esteemed friend here is absolutely correct about, do you have some supplies we might bring to our journey, on our journey?
You still have a few days of travel.
I would have assumed that you still had some travel to do. We did notice that you were coming from the north towards the south, so I would only assume that you still had a long journey ahead of you. Unfortunately, I am afraid that some of these goblins managed to run off with some of our supplies, so unfortunately we only have what we need to get to Borealis, where we will buy some more. But you do look like you're traveling with very little on your hands. I will see what we have. Give me a moment. And he walks away towards the wagon close to you, to your old tent. That is essentially being put down at the moment, like picked down and taken care of. You still have your own sleeping bags, of course, bedrolls. And it seems if he's talking to another one of these tabaxi.
While he's doing that, I'm counting, and dividing.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have bags for having the gold in? I guess.
Oh, we have nothing, do we?
You have nothing.
We have our pockets.
You have your
We have
pockets.
pockets.
Guys, since we don't have any place to put this, I could just hold on to it for us, and we divide it when we get to town. Any objections?
I don't see why your pocket should be more secure than mine.
I don't know, but if you don't trust me, take it. It's okay.
How much money are there for either of us?
There is in the bag. There is a grand total of 100 gold.
So 25.
So 25 gold for each of you.
Very nice.
Yeah, then
you
I just divide the money to people.
But putting it in the pockets will just... Yeah, it's fine. It's just D&D, it doesn't matter.
I will say though that Ali does come back with 3 more bags, small pouches that you can have the coins in.
Very nice.
He also gives each of you a backpack.
Ooh.
So
Yay!
that you can put on your bedrolls to better travel.
Nice.
So we also receive bedrolls?
Yeah.
You already had bedrolls.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
We were giving them while we were sleeping.
You were given
Adan
bedrolls.
gave us
Adan
bedrolls.
gave each of you a bedroll to take with you.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
true. I forgot about that.
Yes, but you do get
Oh, yeah, that's right.
backpacks. You also get 2 mess kits.
Wait, 2?
2 mess kits. So you can,
I'll
Each?
take one.
no, in total.
Oh.
You also get one rope of 50 feet.
I'll take that.
Okay. And you're also given... Let me think for a second.
Torches.
No, not torches.
Oh,
It's called the thing you turn on. You can turn... make fire with.
Tinderbox.
Come again?
yeah,
Tinderbox.
tinderbox.
Yeah. You also get a tinderbox.
I'll take the tinderbox.
Okay, then I take a mess kit.
A bonfire.
Yes, you can just make bonfires, but you now also have a tinderbox to turn on stuff.
Yeah.
There's still 1 mess kit.
Yes.
No.
We got 2.
Oh, I took
She
one.
has 1.
Okay, so Eterèmont and Urak has a mess kit. The tinderbox went to Victor, and you all have... and Epos took the rope, and you all get a backpack and a pouch for your coins.
Yes.
Very nice. So 25 coins each. Very nice.
25 gold pieces to each and every one of you. And Ali turns to each of you and says, I do hope you have a speedy journey, and perhaps we will meet again.
I have one last request before you go.
Of course, my friend. Go right ahead.
As you can see, we are missing some of our stuff. If you're going to Borealis and meet some bandits, they might have it.
Let me hear. What are these things that you have lost? Let me hear.
I describe the things I've lost, including my bow.
Of course, he does. His eyes essentially goes up as you describe your bow. He's like, my.
It is very precious to me.
I will ask you to say what it is, as I assume that Urak, Victor, and Epos is close by, so they will hear what you say.
Yeah, I just forgot about
Of course.
what it looked like.
Yeah. The only thing I really remember is your flute that you also lost. That is important.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost my flute and I lost my bow.
Mm.
But I don't remember if we had...
I have not written anything down about it, but
No.
my plan is that it is essentially this black iron-like bow with a almost shining white string on it. There's also these purplish elvish runes going down the side of the very bow itself.
Yes.
So you describe your things, and he again
Yes.
eyes go up and says, "My, that is quite the item to lose." I will make sure that my
Indeed.
men take a look as we arrive in the city of Morales. Do what we can.
That would be greatly appreciated.
I think for me the only things would be a hunting trap. Oh yeah, so you wouldn't have any water skins, like spear.
You know what? We can definitely spare some water skins, and you each get a water skin. I somehow forgot that item.
Yes.
Nice.
And it is also already filled with water.
Ooh, nice.
At least you think it's water. You haven't checked.
Oh,
Well,
dear.
it is. There is something sloshing around in it, but
I use shape water to take it up and
yeah, you take it up and examine it. It's clear.
I put it down.
Like, blah, 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 blah,
Yes,
blah.
and you put it back down.
Yeah, blah 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 blah. No, that has
Yeah, that
only lasts a minute.
that has passed. This
Ah,
moment.
okay,
It only
okay.
lasts a minute. But yeah,
No.
you essentially are given all these things, and Ali essentially tells you, "I hope you have a speedy journey." And he looks at Victor. I'll be seeing all of you in Al-Hazala one day. I hope.
And I'm like, yeah.
Good. I'll see you all someday. Speedy travels to you. And
Godspeed.
Likewise, my friend.
and may Taimura smile on you
Mhm.
as he turns towards the rest of his men. Taimura.
I must write it down.
If you want to
Yes,
see if you
same.
know what this is, I would like you to all to roll religion.
Almora.
Taimura.
Hi, Mora.
Taimura. Tymora.
Sure, I'll roll religion.
Yes. 14.
Yes.
16.
Damn.
History.
Not history, religion.
Oops, the wrong
Yeah.
button.
What is your religion? Okay, it's just a 1, so that is an 8 to you.
Yeah.
And Eterèmont, you don't care.
No,
That's fine.
it's not an elven god.
No,
so.
it's not. Victor, you've heard of Taimura. You just do not know anything about her.
Very interesting.
Epos and Urak, you have heard of Taimura. Taimura is also called Lady Luck, the god of fortune and good luck. You also know is that her sign is a golden coin. I think. Give me a second. I just need to be sure what if what I'm saying to you is true. Taimura's symbol is a coin purse with 2 daggers crossing behind it. My bad.
A coin purse with what?
2 daggers essentially crossing like behind it like this. Behind the bag.
Okay, so I guess we just go our merry
Oh.
ways.
Yes. So you walk away from the campsite on your road further south. And I think this is a good place for us to end the session this evening.
Very
And
nice.
you also level up.
Decisions.
Many decisions. But we will take that later.
Do we want
Yes.
to roll hit dice? Or is I'm gonna do that at the start?
You decide how you want to do when it comes to hit points. You can roll them now, later, whenever you want to, or you can take the one that goes down the middle. It's up to you.
Didn't I roll?
Okay, guys.
It's up to you. But I will say to the rest of you viewers, that will be the end of our session. I will let these guys do their leveling up off camera, as I am not entirely sure how interesting it is to you guys. But if you are interested in seeing us level up in the future, do let me know in the chat. We'll be staying, what do you call it, online for a little while longer. But till next time, see you around. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.